to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation, sprinkler systems, and water sensors. Precision agriculture systems, including GPS, remote sensing, and drones, have been embraced by farmers to collect key data on soil conditions, crop health, and pest infestation. The widespread use of smartphones has also allowed farmers to access agricultural information through various mobile applications. However, the productivity of most small farms remain low. Although these farms increase their income, it was achieved through higher rice prices and from wages earned outside of their own farms. Since 2013, Cambodia's rice production has flattened. This was due to the deceleration in land expansion, bad weather, falling global rice prices, and the tightening of competition among rice producers. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in 2024 emphasize on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future is designed to facilitate an insightful, engaging, focused, and timely exchange of ideas, strategies, experiences, and practices in development finance, and will focus on food systems and agriculture, which are both major sources and victims of climate change. The meeting aims to highlight the intersection of agriculture, technology, climate-smart practices, and sustainable development. The theme encompasses the following key aspects of redefining agriculture, climate-smart practices, technology-enabled solutions or agri-fintech, sustainable development goals, partnership and collaboration in policy and investment frameworks. The theme aims to inspire dialogue, collaboration, and action among stakeholders to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda also includes special interest sessions on Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. The royal government of Cambodia is committed to combating climate change and accelerating the transition to a low-carbon and climate-resilient sustainable economy. The Cambodian Climate Financing Facility Program has been approved by Green Climate Fund in March 2024 to address cross-cutting goals include accelerating implementation of the country's nationally determined commitment, scaling up climate finance, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions while boosting climate resilience. The Cambodia Climate Financing Facility Program consists of the $100 million lending facility. The CCFF will be capitalized with concessional funding from the Green Climate Fund, as well as co-financing from the Ministry of Economy and Finance and other co-financers. It will be administered by the Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, with Mekong Strategic Capital providing independent investment advisory support as the co-executing entity for the CCFF. This program provides long-term, blended climate finance to local financial institutions and private sector actors to address financial knowledge, capacity, and technology gaps hindering the uptake of targeted climate projects in Cambodia. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, share best practices, innovations and solutions for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of food production and consumption. These meetings focus on the role of technology and innovation in enhancing agricultural productivity, improving food security, and promoting rural development, which are aligned national food systems and agricultural policies with climate action plans to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This video is a collaborative production between ARDB and the ADFIAP Secretariat. Agriculture plays a key role in global and local sustainable development. The way we produce and consume food contributes greatly to climate change. At least 1/3 of total global greenhouse emissions from human activities can be attributed to the way we produce, process, transport, and package food. Expansion of agricultural commodities is the largest driver of deforestation worldwide, and food systems remain a key contributor to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation, sprinkler systems, and water sensors. Precision agriculture systems, including GPS, remote sensing, and drones, have been embraced by farmers to collect key data on soil conditions, crop health, and pest infestation. The widespread use of smartphones has also allowed farmers to access agricultural information through various mobile applications. However, the productivity of most small farms remain low. Although these farms increase their income, it was achieved through higher rice prices and from wages earned outside of their own farms. Since 2013, Cambodia's rice production has flattened. This was due to the deceleration in land expansion, bad weather, falling global rice prices, and the tightening of competition among rice producers. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in 2024 emphasize on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future is designed to facilitate an insightful, engaging, focused, and timely exchange of ideas, strategies, experiences, and practices in development finance, and will focus on food systems and agriculture, which are both major sources and victims of climate change. The meeting aims to highlight the intersection of agriculture, technology, climate-smart practices, and sustainable development. The theme encompasses the following key aspects of redefining agriculture, climate-smart practices, technology-enabled solutions or agri-fintech, sustainable development goals, partnership and collaboration in policy and investment frameworks. The theme aims to inspire dialogue, collaboration, and action among stakeholders to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda also includes special interest sessions on Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. The royal government of Cambodia is committed to combating climate change and accelerating the transition to a low-carbon and climate-resilient sustainable economy. The Cambodian Climate Financing Facility Program has been approved by Green Climate Fund in March 2024 to address cross-cutting goals include accelerating implementation of the country's nationally determined commitment, scaling up climate finance, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions while boosting climate resilience. The Cambodia Climate Financing Facility Program consists of the $100 million lending facility. The CCFF will be capitalized with concessional funding from the Green Climate Fund, as well as co-financing from the Ministry of Economy and Finance and other co-financers. It will be administered by the Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, with Mekong Strategic Capital providing independent investment advisory support as the co-executing entity for the CCFF. This program provides long-term, blended climate finance to local financial institutions and private sector actors to address financial knowledge, capacity, and technology gaps hindering the uptake of targeted climate projects in Cambodia. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem, cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, share best practices, innovations, and solutions for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of food production and consumption. These meetings focus on the role of technology and innovation in enhancing agricultural productivity, improving food security, and promoting rural development, which are aligned national food systems and agricultural policies with climate action plans to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This video is a collaborative production between ARDB and the ADFIAP Secretariat. Agriculture plays a key role in global and local sustainable development. The way we produce and consume food contributes greatly to climate change. At least 1/3 of total global greenhouse emissions from human activities can be attributed to the way we produce, process, transport, and package food. Expansion of agricultural commodities is the largest driver of deforestation worldwide, and food systems remain a key contributor to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation, sprinkler systems, and water sensors. Precision agriculture systems, including GPS, remote sensing, and drones, have been embraced by farmers to collect key data on soil conditions, crop health, and pest infestation. The widespread use of smartphones has also allowed farmers to access agricultural information through various mobile applications. However, the productivity of most small farms remain low. Although these farms increase their income, it was achieved through higher rice prices and from wages earned outside of their own farms. Since 2013, Cambodia's rice production has flattened. This was due to the deceleration in land expansion, bad weather, falling global rice prices, and the tightening of competition among rice producers. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in 2024 emphasize on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future is designed to facilitate an insightful, engaging, focused, and timely exchange of ideas, strategies, experiences, and practices in development finance, and will focus on food systems and agriculture, which are both major sources and victims of climate change. The meeting aims to highlight the intersection of agriculture, technology, climate-smart practices, and sustainable development. The theme encompasses the following key aspects of redefining agriculture, climate-smart practices, technology-enabled solutions or agri-fintech, sustainable development goals, partnership and collaboration in policy and investment frameworks. The theme aims to inspire dialogue, collaboration, and action among stakeholders to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda also includes special interest sessions on Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. The royal government of Cambodia is committed to combating climate change and accelerating the transition to a low-carbon and climate-resilient sustainable economy. The Cambodian Climate Financing Facility Program has been approved by Green Climate Fund in March 2024 to address cross-cutting goals include accelerating implementation of the country's nationally determined commitment, scaling up climate finance, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions while boosting climate resilience. The Cambodia Climate Financing Facility Program consists of the $100 million lending facility. The CCFF will be capitalized with concessional funding from the Green Climate Fund, as well as co-financing from the Ministry of Economy and Finance and other co-financers. It will be administered by the Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, with Mekong Strategic Capital providing independent investment advisory support as the co-executing entity for the CCFF. This program provides long-term, blended climate finance to local financial institutions and private sector actors to address financial knowledge, capacity, and technology gaps hindering the uptake of targeted climate projects in Cambodia. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, share best practices, innovations, and solutions for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of food production and consumption. These meetings focus on the role of technology and innovation in enhancing agricultural productivity, improving food security, and promoting rural development, which are aligned national food systems and agricultural policies with climate action plans to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This video is a collaborative production between ARDB and the ADFIAP Secretariat. Agriculture plays a key role in global and local sustainable development. The way we produce and consume food contributes greatly to climate change. At least 1/3 of total global greenhouse emissions from human activities can be attributed to the way we produce, process, transport, and package food. expansion of agricultural commodities is the largest driver of deforestation worldwide, and food systems remain a key contributor to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation, sprinkler systems, and water sensors. Precision agriculture systems, including GPS, remote sensing, and drones, have been embraced by farmers to collect key data on soil conditions, crop health, and pest infestation. The widespread use of smartphones has also allowed farmers to access agricultural information through various mobile applications. However, the productivity of most small farms remain low. Although these farms increase their income, it was achieved through higher rice prices and from wages earned outside of their own farms. Since 2013, Cambodia's rice production has flattened. This was due to the deceleration in land expansion, bad weather, falling global rice prices, and the tightening of competition among rice producers. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in 2024 emphasize on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future is designed to facilitate an insightful, engaging, focused, and timely exchange of ideas, strategies, experiences, and practices in development finance, and will focus on food systems and agriculture, which are both major sources and victims of climate change. The meeting aims to highlight the intersection of agriculture, technology, climate-smart practices, and sustainable development. The theme encompasses the following key aspects of redefining agriculture, climate-smart practices, technology-enabled solutions or agri-fintech, sustainable development goals, partnership and collaboration in policy and investment frameworks. The theme aims to inspire dialogue, collaboration, and action among stakeholders to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda also includes special interest sessions on Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. The royal government of Cambodia is committed to combating climate change and accelerating the transition to a low-carbon and climate-resilient sustainable economy. The Cambodian Climate Financing Facility Program has been approved by Green Climate Fund in March 2024 to address cross-cutting goals include accelerating implementation of the country's nationally determined commitment, scaling up climate finance, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions while boosting climate resilience. The Cambodia Climate Financing Facility Program consists of the $100 million lending facility. The CCFF will be capitalized with concessional funding from the Green Climate Fund, as well as co-financing from the Ministry of Economy and Finance and other co-financers. It will be administered by the Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, with Mekong Strategic Capital providing independent investment advisory support as the co-executing entity for the CCFF. This program provides long-term, blended climate finance to local financial institutions and private sector actors to address financial knowledge, capacity, and technology gaps hindering the uptake of targeted climate projects in Cambodia. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, share best practices, innovations, and solutions for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of food production and consumption. These meetings focus on the role of technology and innovation in enhancing agricultural productivity, improving food security, and promoting rural development, which are aligned national food systems and agricultural policies with climate action plans to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This video is a collaborative production between ARDB and the ADFIAP Secretariat. Agriculture plays a key role in global and local sustainable development. The way we produce and consume food contributes greatly to climate change. At least 1/3 of total global greenhouse emissions from human activities can be attributed to the way we produce, process, transport, and package food. Expansion of agricultural commodities is the largest driver of deforestation worldwide, and food systems remain a key contributor to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation, sprinkler systems, and water sensors. Precision agriculture systems, including GPS, remote sensing, and drones, have been embraced by farmers to collect key data on soil conditions, crop health, and pest infestation. The widespread use of smartphones has also allowed farmers to access agricultural information through various mobile applications. However, the productivity of most small farms remain low. Although these farms increase their income, it was achieved through higher rice prices and from wages earned outside of their own farms. Since 2013, Cambodia's rice production has flattened. This was due to the deceleration in land expansion, bad weather, falling global rice prices, and the tightening of competition among rice producers. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in 2024 emphasize on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future is designed to facilitate an insightful, engaging, focused, and timely exchange of ideas, strategies, experiences, and practices in development finance, and will focus on food systems and agriculture, which are both major sources and victims of climate change. The meeting aims to highlight the intersection of agriculture, technology, climate-smart practices, and sustainable development. The theme encompasses the following key aspects of redefining agriculture, climate-smart practices, technology-enabled solutions or agri-fintech, sustainable development goals, partnership and collaboration in policy and investment frameworks. The theme aims to inspire dialogue, collaboration, and action among stakeholders to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda also includes special interest sessions on Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. The royal government of Cambodia is committed to combating climate change and accelerating the transition to a low-carbon and climate-resilient sustainable economy. The Cambodian Climate Financing Facility Program has been approved by Green Climate Fund in March 2024 to address cross-cutting goals include accelerating implementation of the country's nationally determined commitment, scaling up climate finance, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions while boosting climate resilience. The Cambodia Climate Financing Facility Program consists of the $100 million lending facility. The CCFF will be capitalized with concessional funding from the Green Climate Fund, as well as co-financing from the Ministry of Economy and Finance and other co-financers. It will be administered by the Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, with Mekong Strategic Capital providing independent investment advisory support as the co-executing entity for the CCFF. This program provides long-term, blended climate finance to local financial institutions and private sector actors to address financial knowledge, capacity, and technology gaps hindering the uptake of targeted climate projects in Cambodia. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem, cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, share best practices, innovations, and solutions for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of food production and consumption. These meetings focus on the role of technology and innovation in enhancing agricultural productivity, improving food security, and promoting rural development, which are aligned national food systems and agricultural policies with climate action plans to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This video is a collaborative production between ARDB and the ADFIAP Secretariat. Agriculture plays a key role in global and local sustainable development. The way we produce and consume food contributes greatly to climate change. At least 1/3 of total global greenhouse emissions from human activities can be attributed to the way we produce, process, transport, and package food. Expansion of agricultural commodities is the largest driver of deforestation worldwide, and food systems remain a key contributor to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation, sprinkler systems, and water sensors. Precision agriculture systems, including GPS, remote sensing, and drones, have been embraced by farmers to collect key data on soil conditions, crop health, and pest infestation. The widespread use of smartphones has also allowed farmers to access agricultural information through various mobile applications. However, the productivity of most small farms remain low. Although these farms increase their income, it was achieved through higher rice prices and from wages earned outside of their own farms. Since 2013, Cambodia's rice production has flattened. This was due to the deceleration in land expansion, bad weather, falling global rice prices, and the tightening of competition among rice producers. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in 2024 emphasize on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future is designed to facilitate an insightful, engaging, focused, and timely exchange of ideas, strategies, experiences, and practices in development finance, and will focus on food systems and agriculture, which are both major sources and victims of climate change. The meeting aims to highlight the intersection of agriculture, technology, climate-smart practices, and sustainable development. The theme encompasses the following key aspects of redefining agriculture, climate-smart practices, technology-enabled solutions or agri-fintech, sustainable development goals, partnership and collaboration in policy and investment frameworks. The theme aims to inspire dialogue, collaboration, and action among stakeholders to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda also includes special interest sessions on Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. The royal government of Cambodia is committed to combating climate change and accelerating the transition to a low-carbon and climate-resilient sustainable economy. The Cambodian Climate Financing Facility Program has been approved by Green Climate Fund in March 2024 to address cross-cutting goals include accelerating implementation of the country's nationally determined commitment, scaling up climate finance, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions while boosting climate resilience. The Cambodia Climate Financing Facility Program consists of the $100 million lending facility. The CCFF will be capitalized with concessional funding from the Green Climate Fund, as well as co-financing from the Ministry of Economy and Finance and other co-financers. It will be administered by the Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, with Mekong Strategic Capital providing independent investment advisory support as the co-executing entity for the CCFF. This program provides long-term, blended climate finance to local financial institutions and private sector actors to address financial knowledge, capacity, and technology gaps hindering the uptake of targeted climate projects in Cambodia. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, share best practices, innovations, and solutions for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of food production and consumption. These meetings focus on the role of technology and innovation in enhancing agricultural productivity, improving food security, and promoting rural development, which are aligned national food systems and agricultural policies with climate action plans to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This video is a collaborative production between ARDB and the ADFIAP Secretariat. Agriculture plays a key role in global and local sustainable development. The way we produce and consume food contributes greatly to climate change. At least 1/3 of total global greenhouse emissions from human activities can be attributed to the way we produce, process, transport, and package food. expansion of agricultural commodities is the largest driver of deforestation worldwide, and food systems remain a key contributor to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to extend a warm welcome to Mr. Saud Manam, ADFIAP Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Fiji Development Bank. A very warm welcome to His Excellency Dr. Kauthai, Delegate of the Royal Government in charge as Chief Executive Officer, Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, ADFIAP First Vice Chairman. And welcome to all His Excellencies, Oknya, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 47th ADFIAP annual meetings.
A pleasant morning, Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thrilled to welcome all of you to the 47th annual meeting of the Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific. This year, we're coming together under a powerful theme, DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem, cultivating climate-smart and sustainable future. The discussion we'll have will be crucial in shaping the path forward. A huge thank you to our esteemed speakers, panelists, and participants. Your expertise, passion, and vision are what make the event truly enriching. Together, we'll propel our mission forward. Let's embrace the spirit of unity, innovation, and resilience as we officially open the 47th annual meetings of the ADFIAP.
Before we start the agenda for the day one of our meeting, may I ask Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, for your rise for the national anthem of the Kingdom of Cambodia.
សូមមេត្តាក្រោកឈរឡើងដើម្បីគោរពទង់ជាតិនៃព្រះរាជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជាប្រុងប្រៀបគោរពទង់ជាតិនៃព្រះរាជាណាចក្រកម្ពុជា
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of the Kingdom of Cambodia.
Thank you so much. Please be seated. Next, I would like to invite His Excellency Neok Nya, ladies and gentlemen, to watch our video of the 47 of ADFIAP annual meetings. Please enjoy.
Agriculture plays a key role in global and local sustainable development. The way we produce and consume food contributes greatly to climate change. At least 1/3 of total global greenhouse emissions from human activities can be attributed to the way we produce, process, transport, and package food. Expansion of agricultural commodities is the largest driver of deforestation worldwide, and food systems remain a key contributor to global nature loss with profound implications for people. Food systems are key to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. A substantial funding is essential for transforming food systems to achieve climate mitigation. The prime mission of ADFIAP is to advance sustainable development by strengthening the development finance function in institutions, enhancing capacity of members and its human resources, and advocating development finance innovations across the Asia-Pacific. Cambodian agriculture is in the midst of a rapid transformation. This was driven by the use of new technologies and quality fertilizers, expanded irrigation, and better access to mechanized services and markets. Cambodia has been at the forefront of adopting the latest agricultural technologies in areas such as water management, drip irrigation, sprinkler systems, and water sensors. Precision agriculture systems, including GPS, remote sensing, and drones, have been embraced by farmers to collect key data on soil conditions, crop health, and pest infestation. The widespread use of smartphones has also allowed farmers to access agricultural information through various mobile applications. However, the productivity of most small farms remain low. Although these farms increase their income, it was achieved through higher rice prices and from wages earned outside of their own farms. Since 2013, Cambodia's rice production has flattened. This was due to the deceleration in land expansion, bad weather, falling global rice prices, and the tightening of competition among rice producers. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in 2024 emphasize on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem. Cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future is designed to facilitate an insightful, engaging, focused, and timely exchange of ideas, strategies, experiences, and practices in development finance. and will focus on food systems and agriculture, which are both major sources and victims of climate change. The meeting aims to highlight the intersection of agriculture, technology, climate-smart practices, and sustainable development. The theme encompasses the following key aspects of redefining agriculture, climate-smart practices, technology-enabled solutions or agri-fintech, sustainable development goals, partnership and collaboration in policy and investment frameworks. The theme aims to inspire dialogue, collaboration, and action among stakeholders to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. The agenda also includes special interest sessions on Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. The royal government of Cambodia is committed to combating climate change and accelerating the transition to a low-carbon and climate-resilient sustainable economy. The Cambodian Climate Financing Facility Program has been approved by Green Climate Fund in March 2024 to address cross-cutting goals include accelerating implementation of the country's nationally determined commitment, scaling up climate finance, and lowering greenhouse gas emissions while boosting climate resilience. The Cambodia Climate Financing Facility Program consists of the $100 million lending facility. The CCFF will be capitalized with concessional funding from the Green Climate Fund, as well as co-financing from the Ministry of Economy and Finance and other co-financers. It will be administered by the Agricultural and Rural Development Bank, with Mekong Strategic Capital providing independent investment advisory support as the co-executing entity for the CCFF. This program provides long-term, blended climate finance to local financial institutions and private sector actors to address financial knowledge, capacity, and technology gaps hindering the uptake of targeted climate projects in Cambodia. The 47th ADFIAP annual meetings on the theme of DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem, cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, share best practices, innovations, and solutions for enhancing the resilience and sustainability of food production and consumption. These meetings focus on the role of technology and innovation in enhancing agricultural productivity, improving food security, and promoting rural development, which are aligned national food systems and agricultural policies with climate action plans to unlock the potential of agriculture, technology, and sustainable practices in building a climate-smart future and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. This video is a collaborative production between ARDB and the ADFIAP Secretariat.
Thank you for the video. From this video, we hope all the participants will understand our focus item, the aim, and the theme of our meeting. So please feel free to express your challenge and have a full discussion during our 2 days agenda of the 47th ADFIAP annual meeting. Thank you. For the next agenda, I would like to invite Mr. Saud Minam, ADFIAP Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Fiji Development Bank, to share his welcoming remarks. Please welcome.
Very good morning, everyone. As usual, this is always a problem with these computers, but let me just see if I can get it going. Here we are. First of all, very good morning, and if I may pronounce the greetings, local greetings wrong, please don't expel me from the country. Arun Sostai, and good morning, and Assalamu Alaikum. His Excellency Dr. Kao, Delegate of the Royal Government of Cambodia in charge as Chief Executive Officers, Agriculture and Rural Development Bank, and first Vice Chairman of ADFIAP. Mr. John McNeely, Co-founder and Managing Partner, Mekong Strategic Capital, esteemed DFI's partners, executives, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin with, as in Fiji, we always say, Bula. This welcome. But today we are not in Fiji, but we're a different part of the world. But when I was landing in here from the top, I saw the same greenery. Reminded me of my beautiful country called Fiji. You'll be surprised to see that there are close to about 300 people sitting in this room, which, while I was having a conversation with His Excellency, I think he has restricted some of the people, otherwise we would have a convention of more than 400 people. It's very, very encouraging to see that how many people are over here in this morning. I'll take a little time in terms of trying to see if we cannot make it very serious sort of opening remark. When this morning I was getting ready, I thought that how I'm going to compete with all the good-looking men and very limited number of women sitting in this room. So if anyone understands my subtle sarcasm in this one, please understand exactly what I'm trying to say over here. So I tried to shave my head, and I did. I tried to brush my beard, which I did. So I hope that I will be able to compete with the rest of the good-looking men and very limited women in this room. While we talk about the progress, and I'll give you a little bit of a bore, my official discussion and the speech over here, I think it's very important to understand and to highlight the importance of our women in this role. I've come from different part of the world, which have lived in different parts of the world, developing part of the world, and wherever I have gone, I've actually seen the importance of women in these big roles. In Fiji, we also have same. I was actually having a conversation with one of the Pacific colleague, and we made a comment on that as well, because when you go into the Pacific Island countries and these sort of forums, you'll always find almost 50-50 in terms of the gender. So my request to not only to the participants here in this room, but also to myself as well as the board of directors for ADFIAP, that we really need to bring a lot more female and women into our board of directors as well to make sure that we have a proper representation of that other gender as well. With this, it's with the great pleasure and honor that I welcome you to the 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in beautiful city, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. This year, we gather under the theme, DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem, cultivating a climate-smart and sustainable future, highlighting the pivotal role that development finance institutions play in shaping a sustainable and environmentally conscious financial landscape. As we convene for this significant event at a very beautiful part of the world, we are fully aware of the pressing challenges posed by climate change and the urgent need for sustainable solutions. We all are representing our countries and our institutions today. Let's not forget the people who are suffering across the globe through natural disasters. The 47th ADFIAP annual meeting will serve as a platform in-depth discussion, knowledge sharing, and collaborative efforts aimed at addressing these challenges head-on. We do not have a magic wand which can solve everyone's problem. However, we work as a team, we understand each other's problems and try to solve through baby steps. Let me take this opportunity to highlight the Environment Ministry of Cambodia. Last year, they rolled out the 5-year Partnership for Action on Green Economy, that's called PAGE Cambodia. in an affirmation of the Kingdom's commitment towards sustainability and inclusivity in economic growth. In the wake of COP28, where global leaders have come together to set ambitious targets and commitments to combat climate change, our discussions here will be crucial in translating those agreements into actionable strategies. The highlights and challenges outlined in the COP28 will guide our conversations, inspiring us to innovate, collaborate, and drive meaningful change in our respective spheres of influence. Furthermore, we are committed to aligning our discussions with priorities and goals outlined in the COP28, as we understand the critical importance of fostering a climate-smart and sustainable future for generations to come. Through our collective expertise, innovative ideas, and shared dedication to sustainable finance, we aim to make meaningful contribution towards a more resilient and environmentally responsible global economy. I'm confident that the next few days will be filled with insightful conversations, valuable networking opportunities, and impactful initiatives that will propel us toward a more sustainable future. Together, we can make a difference, create a positive change, and pave the way for a brighter tomorrow. Let's make the world better together. Once again, welcome to the 47th ADFIAP annual meetings. May our time together be fruitful, inspiring, and instrumental in shaping our sustainable world for all. Thank you, Vinaka, and very good morning to you all again. Vinaka, thank you.
Thank you so much, Chairman Saud Minam. Thank you so much for your welcome remarks and your insight. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time for the keynote remarks. I am honored to welcome Mr. John McGinley, co-founder and managing partner of Mekong Strategic Capital. Please welcome Mr. John McGinley.
Good morning. Thank you, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished guests. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to be invited here today to deliver some brief remarks and share my thoughts on development banks and the critical and catalytic role they can play towards scaling up the availability of finance, in particular, targeted, sustainable, and climate-orientated outcomes. My name is John McGinley, as mentioned. I'm the managing partner of Mekong Strategic Capital. We're an investment and advisory firm, and I've been based in Cambodia since 2002, and we established our firm just over 10 years ago here in Phnom Penh, and we now operate regionally. We have a particular sort of focus and expertise on the financial sector and identifying and mobilizing and dispersing capital towards sustainable and climate-focused initiatives. Today, I would like to briefly highlight a recent achievement where we had the privilege of supporting Cambodia, and more specifically the ARDB, to successfully secure, as mentioned, a $100 million financing and investment commitment from the Green Climate Fund. The recent GCF board approval in May of the Cambodian Climate Financing Facility, or the CCFF, is a collaboration between the ARDB, the Cambodian government, ourselves, GCF, and the Korean Development Bank. The $100 million investment into ARDB is intended to seed and increase the overall availability of credit into businesses focusing on achieving climate and green outcomes across Cambodia. When we were requested by the Cambodian government to conceptualize and design a financing vehicle which would be able to address an existing market gap in Cambodia and be able to source and disperse investment capital towards climate-focused projects, for us it was a very clear and obvious choice that the most appropriate institution to undertake this responsibility was the Agriculture and Rural Development Bank of Cambodia. Why? Well, I'll give you 4 quick reasons. I'm limited on time. So first one is management. I believe ARDB has very strong and experienced leadership and management. Second is communities. The climate change impacts in Cambodia are going to be felt most acutely in the rural and agricultural community sectors across Cambodia. And this is also where 80% of the population lie in Cambodia. And so ARDB also has deep in-house expertise and experience with working and financing these communities. So given the overweighted impacts of climate on these communities, for us it was important to partner with the bank that had deep expertise in this sector. And also transformative theory. So development and policy banks such as AIDB can be very transformative, and I'll go into that in a bit more detail soon. They can take an approach of blending both government policy priorities as well as achieving commercially sustainable outcomes. For AIDB, it's not just about maximizing profit, which was important for what we were trying to achieve. And track record. The AIDB have a strong and successful history of opening up markets that have generated a positive and social impact in Cambodia. Many of you may be familiar with the success story and the scale and strength and impact of the Cambodian microfinance sector. But it was actually ARDB, or IDB it was called back then in the end of the 1990s, who provided the first wholesale loan to MFIs for on-lending. These first loans, back in the late 90s, essentially unlocked and created the market, was at that time unable to access external financing to on-lend to rural communities at the time. This was a period of reconstruction for Cambodia, and providing formal financial services to rural communities and spurring rural economic growth was a government policy priority at the time. So that for me is a really good example of the transformative role a development bank can take. Those early loans to the MFI sector unlocked financing and created a market and demonstrated that Cambodian MFIs and their clients were reliable and trustworthy borrowers. Following those very first loans, the market opened and many other international DFIs entered and started lending to these same MFIs, and they scaled and grew their operations in Cambodia and extended financial services to communities which are typically out of reach from the urban centres. So this is exactly why we're very pleased to work with ARDB. Only this time our intention is to replicate that success and create and open the market for climate-focused projects and green projects, which will strengthen Cambodia's resilience to the impacts of climate change. We see that as a real opportunity, and AIDB is really well positioned to play that role. The CCFF has been designed to act as a direct lender to projects, as well as an intermediary through the domestic finance sector, which we hope and we envision will have a kind of systemic impact wide whilst we get the scale in the local banks and MFIs. Engaging domestic banks is going to be critical to achieving climate change commitments and building economic resilience. However, commercial banks alone typically or generally are unwilling or unable to finance activities with long-term tenors and with uncertain returns in new markets such as climate finance. This has created a market financing gap for green and climate-focused projects, and ensuring that sufficient finance is actually available is key to the structural transformation that we need to build a greener and more sustainable economy in Cambodia. So just to give you a quick example, I use the term 10%. So for Cambodia to achieve the $8 billion it's required to finance their international finance commitments for climate under the Paris Agreement or their NDCs, it would essentially require over time that 10% of the domestic banking system's portfolio assets were allocated to green or climate-focused loans. And we think over time this is a very achievable target. For Vietnam, it's around 10.5%, Thailand 12%, the Philippines 13%, as well as if you kind of take into effect the deeper green bond markets in those countries. So this urgent, constant pondering question around where's the money going to come from to respond to climate finance emergency and the impacts of climate change exists. So this question of where is the money for us, it's clear. A lot of it sits in domestic bank balance sheets across these countries. But the trick is how to unlock and redirect those capital flows. Aligning local bank balance sheets and portfolios with national climate policies and goals would be a good thing. And this is exactly where I feel is a great opportunity for development banks to take on a leading role. They can use their neutral position and to be highly catalytic and transformative and crowd in other commercial banks and to drive stronger systemic impact and responses. We believe ARDB and its CCFF unit, which we're very proud and pleased to support, is fit for purpose to achieve these outcomes in Cambodia. And we believe it's a scalable and replicable model for the region. I would like to personally thank His Excellency Dr. Kautak, CEO of ARDB, for his confidence and for his patience in us while we work to deliver this outcome for ARDB and the country. It's our honour, and we've been very pleased to participate in this work, and thank you very much. And in closing, I'd like to wish all attendees a successful conference. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. John McGinley, for your keynote remarks to the meeting. Dear participants, now we have another inspirational message from our speaker. Unfortunately, she cannot join us in person. But fortunately now, we are going to play a video of her inspirational message. Now, please take a look to our screen on the stage. Our inspirational message from Ms. Malfada Dotti, Executive Director of the Green Climate Fund, to the meeting. Thank you.
Excellencies, colleagues, dear friends, the Asia-Pacific region stands at a climate crossroads. Rapid growth is driving up energy demand to levels unmatched in any other part of the world. Fossil fuels are meeting 85% of this demand, worsening climate impacts that hit Asia-Pacific harder than any other region last year. During my recent visit to the Pacific, I encountered heart-wrenching stories. Families who lost loved ones to storm surges that came without warning, and nations forced to relocate infrastructure and whole communities to other islands, even other countries, to escape rising seas. These stories underscore the urgency of climate action. A better future is within reach, but strong political will is key. Countries need climate finance and investments, and significantly more of them. Current estimates suggest the region needs $1.1 trillion annually to meet mitigation and adaptation goals, but we face a staggering shortfall of $800 billion. Development banks in the region, you, are key to bridging this gap. You channel almost 60% of all global public climate finance, providing nearly half of all climate finance in Asia Pacific and 95% of public finance for climate adaptation. It's clear your institutions are more important than ever. You are deeply embedded in the communities and countries we serve like none other. At the same time, it's clear we must collectively do more to mobilize private capital. For this and more, you can count on the Green Climate Fund. We are proud to partner with you and empower you to achieve even greater impact. Through almost 30 DFIs in the region, we are deploying $5.5 billion, which has leveraged an additional $20 billion for nearly 90 projects. We take pride in our partnerships with 10 members of the Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific, our gracious hosts today. Together, we have reached significant milestones. For instance, in Cambodia, we partnered with the Korean Development Bank to launch the first domestic climate financing vehicle in Asia. Working with local financial institutions, the Cambodia Climate Finance Facility is deploying over $100 million, half of which came from GCF, to lower the cost of capital through long-term finance for businesses in sectors like sustainable forestry and land use, climate-smart agriculture, clean energy, energy efficiency, transport, and water. Meanwhile, in Fiji, our partnership with the Fiji Development Bank has led to the creation of a new loan facility that is supporting hybrid solar system, poised to transform the energy landscape on one of Fiji's most remote islands, bringing the clean energy mix from 0 to 90%. This is just a fraction of our joint portfolio, and it's only the beginning. We want to expand our work with DFIs and local institutions, including those who have not yet benefited from GCF support. You are crucial to the success of our strategic plan, an ambitious 50 by 30 vision for GCF to manage $50 billion by 2030 with maximum efficiency and impact. You can rely on our continued support through investments and technical assistance to mitigate risks, to mobilize private capital, and enhance local financial environments. Rest assured, we've also heard your calls for greater impact and efficiency. We are accelerating reforms to be fit for purpose and your best partner for transformative climate action. We can rise to this occasion. Let us tackle the challenges of today and secure the communities and economies of tomorrow in the Asia-Pacific region. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Ms. Mafalda for her inspirational message. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are delighted to have His Excellency Dr. Cao That as a delegate for the Royal Government in charge as Chief Executive Officer of Agriculture and Rural Development Bank and ADFIAP First Vice Chairman. So please join me and welcome His Excellency Dr. Cao That for his welcome remark.
Very good morning and welcome. First of all, I would like to warmly welcome all delegates ADFIAP to the Kingdom of Cambodia, the land of World Heritage Site. Today, I'm so delighted and highly honored to deliver my opening remark at the opening ceremony of the 47th Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and Pacific ADFIAP annual meeting under the theme DFI's role in sustainable finance ecosystem, cultivating a climate-smart, sustainable future. This year's theme is utmost important for development financing institutions in Cambodia, the regions, and beyond to contribute to building a sustainable finance ecosystem. It also underscores our shared commitment to creating an opportunity for discussion, exchange, sharing of information, knowledge, practical experiences, and best practices concerning the development finance, particularly in the context of food system and agriculture. Taking these opportunities, I would like to express my gratitude to the leadership of ADFIAP for choosing Cambodia as the host of this year's important meeting. My sincere thanks go to ADFIAP members, other relevant stakeholders for their collaborative effort in organizing this important event. I also would like to extend my warm welcome to Excellency Lok Chum Teo, Development Partner Representative, ladies and gentlemen, as well as distinguished guests for taking time to join this year's meeting. The meeting of the 47th ADFIAP annual meeting is particularly crucial given the recent approval of Cambodian climate financing facilities in March, which will provide a total of USD 109 million in concessional funding, comprising of USD 50 million loan from Green Climate Funds and USD 5 million in technical assistance. The remaining USD 54 million will be provided by the other co-financing partner, including Ministry of Economy and Finance of Cambodia. The initiative seeks to bolster green financing, lower emission, enhance climate resilience while supporting the key priority outlined in the Royal Government of Cambodia Pentagonal Strategy Phase 1, which contain the critical goal of promoting resilience, sustainable and inclusive development with a focus on environmental sustainability, readiness to respond to climate change and the advancement of green economy development. More importantly, food system and agriculture, which is one of the main topics of this year's gathering, was also selected as the key theme in the COP28 meeting in November 2023, signifying the vital role of the agri-food sector playing in global effort to address issues resulting from the climate change, cultivate a climate-smart and sustainable futures. Agriculture is widely recognized as both contributor and a victim of climate change. Exceptionally, sector around accounted for over 30% of global greenhouse gas emissions and is under increasing pressure to enhance productivity and resilience. For instance, due to the growing global population, changing diet, and other factors, agriculture sector will need to produce at least 50% of more food to meet the need of the estimated 9 billion world population by 2050. However, the sector remains highly vulnerable to climate change, with the drought alone responsible for over 65% of the vulnerable to the agricultural loss, resulting in approximately USD 3.8 trillion in damage to crop and livestock over the past 3 decades. I would like to highlight the agriculture employ around 563 million people in Asia-Pacific regions, representing roughly around 30% of the regional labor force in 2021. Therefore, the adverse climate impact projected on the agriculture sector not only threatens to the resilience of global agriculture sector and food system, but the trend is also putting the lives of millions, especially the most vulnerable, at risk of facing hunger, malnutrition, and economic stresses. On this note, I hope that our 47th ADFIAP annual meeting will serve as an essential reminder that fully achieve the long-term goals of the Paris Agreement on climate change will be impossible without urgent adaptation and transportation of the agri-food sector to become more sustainable and climate smart. Ladies and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to emphasize the critical need to address the financing gap for sustainable development, particularly in developing countries. A recent report from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development suggests that an estimate around USD 4 trillion needed to be mobilized annually to combat climate change and achieve sustainable development goals in developing countries, in the stark contrast to just USD 230 billion lent by the key multilateral development bank in 2020. This significant gap requires our collective effort to be doubled in order to strengthen and expand collaboration among relevant stakeholders to address the critical global issue. DFI are essential to actor in sustainable finance ecosystem. Globally, 527 public development banks and DFI across 150 countries collectively hold impressive assets totaling USD 18.7 trillion and are responsible for around 10% of total global investment. DFI have proven to be leading and reliable partner in financing sustainable projects due to their prioritization of development over profit, greater risk tolerance, willingness to provide concessional capital, and technical assistance. As a result, DFI addressed the market failure, paved the way for private investors to support sustainable development efforts. More importantly, both Paris Agreement on Climate Change and Cambodian Nationally Determined Contribution, NDC, outlines the need for climate adaptation mitigation in agriculture. Evidently, studies have shown that the limiting global average temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius or below will be impossible without reducing emissions in agriculture. Nevertheless, progress has been slow. Climate finance invests in agri-food system represented just 4.3% of total climate finance tracked at the project level in 2019 and 2020. with the annual average of 28.5 billion USD. This is of particular concern for some least developed countries where agriculture contributes to more than 25% of their GDP. But food importing nations will also experience heightened food price, food insecurities. Therefore, public funder, private investor have a unique opportunity to close the green finance gap while making agriculture a critical component of the climate solution. As for this meeting will highlight DFI have an essential role in transforming agriculture sector to meet sustainable development goals. In 2019 and 2020, the public sector emerged as the primary source of climate finance for agri-food industry, providing 85% of the total funding. DFI also contribute to 12.5 billion USD, or around 50% of the total public climate finance for industry. On the other hand, private resources accounted for only 12%, around 3.29 billion of total climate finance for agri-food sector. This figure reflects the critical role of this institution in facilitating access to green finance in agri-food sector, contrasting with ongoing trend other industry, including energy, where public funding constitutes just 33% during the same periods. Therefore, to continue support the DFI's effort in bridging the financing gap, encourage more investors to extend their green credit to agri-food sector, I call all relevant stakeholders to pay more attention to addressing key barriers being faced by the DFI and the other financing institutions. Notably, challenge faced by the DFI in providing development and green finance to agri-food sector includes: 1. Navigating complex regulatory environment and the lack of supportive policy that incentivize green investment in agriculture. 2. The shortage of tailored financial product for agriculture sector, along with the inadequate alternative collateral instruments to mitigate risks associated with agriculture, such as agricultural insurance and guarantee. 3. The lack of accurate data on emission, environmental impact, and sustainability practices in agriculture, and complicating effort to assess the performance of agricultural projects and make investment decisions. 4. Greenwashing practices that erode investor confidence in green projects. 5. Limited knowledge and capacity among farmers and agricultural SME to recognize risk, adopt technology, implement food agricultural practices. And 6, a lack of understanding among financial institutions about the agri-food industry, resulting in failure to undertake detailed diagnostic to identify risk, high-risk assessment, and request for collateral. To serve as an input for this discussion of our 47th ADFIAP annual meeting, I would like to highlight some best practices in some countries in green finance and climate-smart agriculture domains. India has made a significant stride in promoting innovation surrounding climate finance model in agriculture sector, including weather-based crop insurance, warehouse receipts. In China, the Agricultural Bank of China has established a comprehensive system of green financial products and services, including green credit tailored to the need of stakeholders in agriculture sector, green bonds to fund projects addressing the climate change. Meanwhile, climate-smart agriculture technology has also attracted investment, as evident in the drip irrigation, smart irrigation system used in Cambodia, India, and other nations worldwide. These innovations not only contribute to the climate adaptation and mitigation effort, but also improve agricultural productivities. On the public-private partnership fronts, the Sustainable Rice Landscape Initiative, SRLI, serves as the great example of collective effort to promote sustainable agriculture. The initiative was launched in 2018 by a consortium of public, private, and civil society partners, and it is now being implemented in South Asia and Southeast Asia. Through the policy support, finance, and knowledge exchange, and the use of technology, the initiative aims to reduce the environmental impact of rice production, restore degraded land, increase food securities. These are just a few many examples of best practices that can offer invaluable lessons learned into approach to close the financing gap, create investment opportunity, promote sustainable agriculture. I hope our 47th ADFIAP annual meeting will dive deeper into the matter and foster cooperation, partnership aimed at closing the financing gap. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Cambodia is known for being a small country with a big heart, but we are also known as for harboring big ambition, especially in climate adaptation, agricultural development domains. Under the sagacious leadership of Samdech Akya Mahasenabadai Dacho Hun Sen, former Prime Minister of Kingdom of Cambodia, the nation demonstrates a long-standing political will and commitment to respond to the climate change, as evident in number of national strategy and policy, including Rectangular Strategy Phase 4. Cambodia has also ratified the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in 1995 and the Paris Agreement on Climate Change in 2017. In 2020, the Kingdom updated its nationally determined contribution NDC, increasing its mitigation ambition, including new mitigation targets in agriculture sector. In 2021, Cambodia became the first country in ASEAN to submit a long-term strategy for carbon neutrality, LTS4CN, with the target of achieving carbon neutrality by 2050. Economic analysis show that investment to be made under the strategy can potentially create 449,000 more jobs and delivers additional 2.8% of annual GDP growth by 2050 for the Kingdom. These commitments remain under the Royal Government of Cambodia's 7th Legislature of National Assembly, led by the visionary, vigorous Samdech Maha Bawor Tepadai Hun Manet, Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Cambodia. Most notably, environmental sustainability ambition, climate change preparedness, the promotion of green economy are mentioned in the strategic Pentagon 4 Sci-Fi of the Pentagonal Strategy Phase 1 of the Royal Government of Cambodia. On the other hand, as a critical producer, exporters, agricultural product, Cambodia is committed to transforming the agriculture sector to become more modernized, productive, climate resilient. Notably, agriculture has been identified as one of the key priorities to attain resilient, sustainable, and inclusive development within the Pentagonal Strategy Phase 1. Moreover, the Royal Government of Cambodia introduced the National Agriculture Development Policy NADP 2022 to 2030 to facilitate the development of modern, sustainable food system by modernizing and commercializing the agricultural value chains, promoting public and private investment in the agriculture sector, improving resilience to climate change, strengthening institutional management, regulatory reform. The Agri-Tech Roadmap was also introduced to identify strategic products and services to modernize the agriculture. These priorities perfectly align with this year's ADFIAP annual meeting key theme. And I'm hopeful that local and international experts will be able to share experiences and best practices to improve access to green finance, to contribute to advancement of the global green agenda. In alignment with the Royal Government of Cambodia strategy and policy, ARDB actively promotes access to sustainable development finance. ARDB has cooperated with the national and international partners to reflect the sustainable development goals in its own objective. In 2022, ARDB established the Green Finance Department to mitigate the environment impact, enhance climate resilience, promote new technology adoption by providing working capital, and encouraging investment in agricultural value chains. As March of 2024, ARDB loan portfolio reached around 431 million USD, with the 18 million USD being green loan, supporting projects related to the rice sector, safe vegetable, irrigation system, and greenhouse. More importantly, ARDB has also green cooperating with the Green Climate Funds and other development partners to provide green loan through the Cambodian Climate Financing Facility, CCFF, aimed to facilitating Cambodian green economy transitions. This achievement demonstrates the demand for green credit and ARDB potential to act as a key financial intermediary for expanding access to green finance. In this connection, ARDB will continue working with the local international development partner to mobilize funds for green projects in agriculture and achieve many of its goals, including becoming an accredited entity to access green climate funds directly, transforming into a national climate bank in the future. Ladies, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, during the three-day meeting, Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, will exchange ideas, strategy, experience, and best practices concerning the role of DFI in the sustainable finance ecosystem and the essence of innovation, agricultural transformation, including climate-smart practices and technology-enabled solutions such as agri-fintechs. Our meeting will also provide a platform to learn about successful partnership model and best practices to promote enabling policy environments and investment framework to foster innovation, attract private sector investment, and facilitate technology transfer in agriculture sector. More importantly, our Cambodian experts will also share the opportunity and challenges in Cambodian rice sector and its role in securing food securities. I wish to emphasize that Cambodia's remarkable progress and achievement have been attributed partly to bilateral, multilateral development partners, including DFI, which have supported the country's effort to promote sustainable development. Multilateral funds, such as the Green Climate Funds, the Global Environment Facilities, the Climate Investment Fund, and loan from multilateral development bank and international financial institutions have channeled significant amount of climate finance to Cambodia. However, it's essential to recognize that the significant financing gap remains, especially if we wish to keep global warming to no more than 2 degrees Celsius as called for in the Paris Agreement climate change, while also developing a resilient food system that can meet the demand of the present and future generation. As input for discussion during the 47th ADFIAP annual meeting, I would like to offer following thought. 1. I call upon all ADFIAP members to continue working toward closing the green financing gap, particularly in countries with limited resources and high vulnerability to climate change, expanding the provision of technical assistance, capacity development opportunity to members and key financial intermediaries, including agricultural bank and microfinance institutions, and creating more avenues to exchange knowledge, facilitate technologies transfer, strengthen cooperation in financial sector. I urge all national and international DFI and relevant stakeholders in the private sector to integrate environmental, social, and governance consideration to their investment decision-making process and risk management frameworks, and continuously improve their system and processes for calibrating the ESG-related risk. 3. I hope to see a coordinated efforts among relevant stakeholders at the national and regional level to define green finance for agri-food sector, promote understanding and concerning sustainable food system and agriculture, and establish clear framework and regulation for green finance in the agri-food sector to reduce the incidence of the greenwashing and offer guidelines for financial institutions to integrate ESG consideration and assess the risk of projects in agri-food sector. 4. National and international DFIs and other relevant stakeholders in the public and private sector should provide more support to encourage the provision of green finance for various green projects. 5. I encourage all national and international DFIs to consider pilot test innovative financial instruments, including debt for nature swap, to close the financing gap and address the concern over increasing debt burden. 6. National and international DFI should explore blended finance which combines different de-risking instruments, including grants, guarantee, and insurance to reduce risk for financing agribusiness. 7. I call upon the government of the ADFIAP member to provide necessary support to the banking and financial sector to develop and pilot test green finance instruments and services that cater the need of the agri-food sector and consider introducing green guarantee program as a credit enhancement tool and innovative green insurance mechanism such as climate risk insurance in agriculture. 8. I appeal to the government of the ADFIAP member to consider establishing a dedicated green finance funds at the national level that work in the tandem with global green funds and support green investment aimed at promoting sustainable food production. To conclude, I extend my best wishes for success of our meeting. I hope that our 47th ADFIAP annual meeting will proceed smoothly, achieve a significant success, yield a fruitful outcome. I wish Excellency Lokem Teo, ladies and gentlemen, as well as the honorable local and international guests, good health, success, happiness, and a pleasant stay in Cambodia. I now officially declare the opening of the 47th Association Development Financing Institution in Asia Pacific ADFIAP annual meeting from now on. Thank you.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Dr. Cao Thai, for your insightful and valuable opening remarks. សូមអាដាមរក្សាវត្តមាននៅលើវេទិកាសិនអាដាម ចាស្ដាប់បីយើងថតរូបជាមួយនឹងគណៈថាបតីជួរខាងមុខចាដូចនេះខ្ញុំសូមគោរពអញ្ជើញអាដាមបណ្ឌិតកៅថាចាជាមួយនឹងគណៈថាបតីជួរខាងមុខ Ladies and gentlemen on the front row, may I please invite you for a one photo session at the opening. Please welcome to the stage.
So again, now we would like to invite His Excellency Dr. Cao Thach, Mr. Saud Minam, and all the board of directors, and ladies and gentlemen at the front row to join on stage for the group photo session for the opening ceremony of our annual meeting. Thank you. Excellency, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, from this moment, we would like to officially announce the opening of the 47th ADFIAP annual meetings in Cambodia. Please give a big round of applause. Thank you, His Excellency Doctor, and ladies and gentlemen of Board of Directors. You may return to your seat and we will continue to the next agenda. Thank you. Excellencies, distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, and dear participants, after the opening remarks from our guest of honor, now we are coming to the next agenda, which is the detailed discussion under the theme and the focus item of our meeting. Up next, we are going to start the first session of special interest, which will be shared by our speakers. In a world facing unprecedented environmental challenges and economic uncertainties, the imperative of sustainable financing solutions have never been more urgent. DFIs stand at the forefront of this movement, championing initiatives that not only drive economic growth, but also foster environmental stewardship and social well-being. As we convene to discuss the intricate interplay between DFIs and sustainable finance, we are called the envision a future where climate-smart investment paves the way for a more resilient and equitable global community. Through innovative financial mechanisms, strategic partnerships, and a steadfast commitment to sustainability, DFIs have the power to catalyze positive change and drive collective action towards a greener, more inclusive future. Today's discussion will serve as a crucible for ideas, insights, and collaboration that will shape the trajectory of sustainable finance and pave the way for a climate-smart and sustainable future. Let us harness the collective wisdom and expertise in this room to chart a course toward a more prosperous, resilient, and sustainable world for generations to come. Together, we can cultivate a future where financial prosperity harmonizes with environmental responsibility and where sustainable development is not just a goal but a shared reality we actively nurture and protect. Ladies and gentlemen, as we delve into the crucial topic of Cambodia's rice sector development in serving the food security. We are privileged to have a panel of distinguished speakers who are at the forefront of this event in the world, and we have the honor to gain insights from their expertise. Without further ado, let us welcome our esteemed speakers. The first speaker, it is my honor to invite His Excellency Ung Luina, Director General of the Regional Department of Policy, Ministry of Economy and Finance, to come on stage and share the insights from the Ministry of Perspective. Please welcome.
But ខ្ញុំសូមអរគុណខ្ញុំសូមចាប់ផ្ដើមប៉ុន្តែសូមតែសារធៀមបានធៀមបទបង្ហាញអញ្ចឹងសូមបទបង្ហាញខ្លី
The pointer is at the podium, His Excellency. Thank you.
ខ្ញុំសូមធ្វើបទបង្ហាញខ្លី I start my presentation. It's a very short presentation, but this presentation is will focus a lot on agriculture sector, and rice one of them. I mean, if you look at the agriculture as a whole, we project that it will be grow very low, but I mean so far it very fluctuate with the climate condition. I think today's topic is very much reflect whatever happened in the climate. It always affect the agriculture productivity, and as a result, it's very important to have the conference today that focus a lot on the green issue. I think the productivities of agriculture, Cambodia agriculture, is in the longer term. It will be fluctuated around less than 1%, as you may see. As a structure of economies, it will remain around 15% of the GDP. I mean, these numbers based on what we have been done on the new GDP rebase, which is show relatively very low, but it remains the key. Agriculture remain the key sector for us. I won't talk more on. I won't talk a lot on the other sector. My colleague, probably the other panelists, will touch up on more on those. I just give you some overview of the agriculture. At this slide, I just pointed out that when we start the rice policy in 2010, at the time we planned that we would have a target rice export around 1 million tons in 2015, and we still don't achieve it. But it always our aspiration to achieve the rice policy. I mean, this chart it's kind of provide you when we start the rice policy. If you look at the credit to in agriculture sector, it's very $5 million. But within this 25 years, we grow it very, very well. And it is a very, I mean, as John said in his keynote address, it shows that Cambodian agriculture benefit a lot from the financial mechanism that expanded to the sectors. So it have been very high growth rate from since 2013 up to now. In the rice sector, I won't touch a lot on those areas and so on and so forth. My other colleagues will touch up on it, including rice production, Cambodia rice production. But I would like to take this opportunity to reflect on some certain challenges that Cambodia rice sector or agriculture sector have been trying to address. I think one of the main issue that we are facing is still financing. I mean, if you look at the demand for financing in rice sector, it much bigger than what we have. I mean, it might need the whole 5 billion kind of financing, even for the right itself. So there's a lot of effort of government to address in infrastructure, in financing, in infrastructure, and in the quality seat, for example. But one of the main problem is really the trading system in the whole agriculture network that we try to address, but haven't addressed in more successfully and in the very big scale. I think this is the main problem in our system. I mean, I would like to emphasize on the last one, the cost of logistics. I mean, we can count many other problems, including electricity, but cost of logistics remains one of the key area that we need to address. I think if you look at the recently launched master plan on transportation, it will be a very key issue, one of the issues we need to address, the cost of logistics. And then the recent initiative by some like the new government is the canal, Taicho Canal waterway is one of the reason, or one of the initiatives that we try to address those kind of issues in agriculture. I think there's many policies that have been introduced recently to address the agriculture challenge, but I would like to highlight what we have been done. For example, like Dr. Kautaj have been talking about. ARDB is one of the forefront that change dynamic of the agriculture financing, and then it grow very well. I mean, as this number put out, I don't want to read it, but it play a very creative role in terms of unlocking not only financing to agriculture, rice sector and agriculture sector, but act as a benchmark player that other financial commercial bank actually play along with RDB in achieving those a scale of financing in the sector. I think the SME bank is another initiative of government, even though we just created recently, government created recently, but it become one of the player in the field as well in the future. And then the credit guarantee scheme is still in the operation, but I think in the future it will be play important role in this field as well. So I just want to highlight the three financing scheme that government have been introduced. One has been a long player, and then two other players are in progress. And I hope that it would unlock the agricultural value chain and create more financing at scale. So I think I finish here, and then I think we have many more panelists to discuss, and then looking forward for some question and answer. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency Dr. Ong Loina, for your sharing of the presentation, and please have a seat on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that this is the session 1 of special interest sharing. We are going to have another 4 speakers on stage and present about the related topic. You can take note all your question or any shared idea to all the speaker. We are going to have a Q&A session after all the speakers have done their presentation. Thank you.
Next, we will get the important perspective of the Ministry of Commerce. Please join me in welcome His Excellency Chan Sokti, Delegate of the Royal Government of Cambodia, representing the Ministry of Commerce and CEO and Chairman of the Board of Directors of Green Trade Company, to provide with us the insights from their standpoint.
Very good morning.
Excellency, Lục Chum Tiêu, Lo Onya, Ne Onya, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I am very pleased to be honored to present to you all on the topics of the rice and food security development in Cambodia. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Chan Sokti. I am a delegate of the Royal Government of Cambodia in charge of the CEO of the Green Trade Company and Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Green Trade Company, Ministry of Commerce. Today, the content of the presentation we divide by four parts. One is the role and the responsibility of the Green Trade Company. Second is the Cambodia rice production outlook 2024. And third one is Cambodia rice export and the promotion of paddy production and the rice export. And I think our next two speakers will also give you the more detail on the rice production, especially the guest speaker from the Ministry of the Agriculture, Fishery and Forestry. This is the regulation and the establish of the reporting line of the Green Trade Company. The Green Trade Company of the Ministry of Commerce is established in the 1998 by the subsidiary of the Royal Government of Cambodia to be known as the state-owned company. And the Green Trade Company is under the technical supervision of the Ministry of Commerce and financial supervision of the Ministry of Economy and Finance. And the management of the Green Trade Company is under the Board of Directors, who has the representative from the five ministries, namely Ministry of the Economy and Finance, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Planning, Council Minister, and Ministry of Agriculture, Fishery and Forestry. The function of the Green Trade Company is to sell a stock for the government and supply the food demand for the whole country in case of emergency need, such as natural disaster and pandemic. We are also the member of the Cambodia Food Reserve System that is established by the subsidiary and led by the Ministry of Economy and Finance. We also purchase the maintain for food security, guarantee and also intervene into the market to stabilize the price and work very close with the Cambodia Rice Federation, private sector and other stockholders to development plan to promote the paddy production and rice export. We also work coordinate with the key players who involved with the rice, such as the Cambodia Rice Federation, the rice miller, and the private sector in order to promote the rice export to the overseas. We implement the MOU with the rice trade under the government and government framework, such as with China, with Indonesia, Philippines, Timor-Leste, and we also coordinate with for the opening market for the whole rice industry in Cambodia. This is the Cambodia rice production. I just highlight only key information only, and I hope His Excellency Kham Phinong, he will provide more detail on the Cambodia rice production. In this slide, we can see that the rice cultivation area in Cambodia is around 4 million hectares, and the rice is grown in all 25 provinces in Cambodia. And the Cambodia rice variety are divided into the category is the wet season rice and non-seasonal with the wet crop and the 2 dry crop per year. This is the Cambodia rice production. We can see that all the country, the rice paddy production per year is around 12.5 million, and for the wet season paddy is around 8.7 million tons. That is the yield approximately, the average is around 3.5 tons per hectare. and the dry season is around 3 million ton. And this is the key destination of the Cambodia rice for the international market. So far, Cambodia have been exported the rice to around 70 countries in the world, and the country is the European Union, China, and ASEAN member, and the other country. So you can see from the 2019 to 2023. This is the key export destination for Cambodia. So I would like to highlight only the European Union and only in China one. Here in China, we export for the destination and for the EU, mostly to France, to Netherlands, to Spain, Poland, Germany, and Indonesia. We start to increase the export since 2023, and we hope that in this year, 2024, we will increase the rice to export to Indonesia under the platform of government and government. This is the Cambodia rice export by demand. We can see that the rice from 4 months, if we compare the 2023 and 2024, the increased volume is increased around 15.40%. For the government support on the rice policy, as the previous speaker have already mentioned, our rice policy is already adopted in the 2010. And the aim is the RGC has made a very strong commitment to ensure the further implementation of rice policy. And after successfully leading the Cambodia economy out of the most difficult time of the recent global financial crisis and economic downturn, in this end, the royal government of Cambodia decided to embark on promotion and development agriculture sector, and with the new pace scale, aiming for further strengthening the foundation for economic growth, accelerating poverty reduction, as well as the improving the living standard of the Cambodia people. And Cambodia also have a big potential in the paddy rice production to increase the millet rice export in the future, to guide adversion to the preparation of the economic development policy. The government of Cambodia has the ambition to turn Cambodia into the key of rice we call a white gold, that we can expand our export to the international market. So the Cambodia is the top priority to improve the well-being and the livelihood of the farmer by relentlessly working to improve the rice policy in Cambodia. We have two institutions that work very close with the rice sector here. One is the Cambodia Rice Federation, that the goal is to protect and promote the rice industry in Cambodia, and we find out the solution, report the challenge to the line ministry in order to find out the solution. Secondly is the ADFIAP, the Agricultural Rural Development Bank, plays very crucial role as the policy bank, so providing financing package to agricultural sector that cover the rice industry for the paddy procurement, funding during the harvest, paddy drying and storage facility with the low interest rate as a business loan in order to produce production costs and maximize the value added in the whole supply chains. And Onya Songsaron, the next speaker, will provide more detail for the Cambodia and representative of the Cambodia Rice Federation and raise some challenge, and then we can open for discussion on the panelists here. This is the Cambodia rice, the world best rice. In this slide, I just would like to highlight about the long grain rice of Cambodia. We have the very best long grain rice in the world. We have been export the long grain rice into the EU for over a decade with the quality and standard required for the Codex Alimentarius standard. So we can see that over 30% of the 3 million of the ton of paddy annually exported from Cambodia is the long grain variety. Cambodia also win the 5-time World Viceroy Award, and since 2012, 2013, 2014, 2018, and 2022. And last year we also have the award, the gold medal for the variety of SKO. Yeah, my presentation is come to the end, and thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Chan Sukti, for your sharing of the special interest for our meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to invite the next speaker. Now please help me welcome on stage His Excellency Kem Phnom, the Under Secretary of State of the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fishery, to shed light on the efforts of the ministry in advancing Cambodia's rice sector. Please welcome.
Thank you very much for having me, Excellency, ladies and gentlemen. With permission from my minister, I'm very delighted to be part of a very important conversation for today's very topic, where we talk about the rice sector development in serving food security, especially in the time where climate change has been a major issue for all of us. In fact, for the case for Cambodia, food security, we have a slightly different perspective about food security, because in all honesty, we don't really have issue with food security. Cambodia has been enjoying surplus of rice production for almost 30 years now. So much so that we are actually playing a more important role in helping our friend in ASEAN country in the role of food security as well. However, as you may see in our vision, and I like to put it in a very concise format here, we still have put food security as one of a key role in our vision. At the same time, we also include sustainability as another important component in our vision. At the same time, we also want to perform a key role in the contributing to the GDP of Cambodia. Up until now, we're contributing roughly around 22% of the GDP. We have very small growth. We project that our contribution share will come down over time. However, we believe we still play a very significant role, and we want to make sure that while we ensure our own food security, we want to also ensure the economic contribution to the GDP through our export. And for the first time this new term, we look into sustainability in a much more serious manner. And there's two important components to our sustainability strategy. On the one side, we look at economic sustainability, and on the other side, we look at environmental sustainability, although we focus more on economic sustainability, and that leads to the environmental sustainability. In a very short, there are four broad areas in our key strategy that we've been focusing on for this new term. on the upper right corner there, there's an extension service. For the first time, we start rolling out extension worker to every commune. So last year, we recruited 250 extension worker. This year, we will recruit another 800 more, and by next year, we'll make sure that in every commune, the whole nation will have the presence of extension worker who will work on various issues, including the case of climate change as well. We also focus on price stability. For the first time, we have a standby fund of roughly $100 million to ensure that our key strategic crop will have a more stable price, which protect both sides, both the producer from getting impact from a price drop, but also aiming to protect the consumer from getting negatively impacted from a sudden price increase. And last but not least, at the upper left corner, where we have a new cooperative model, and we call it Modern Agricultural Cooperative. Let me just very quickly talk about this. I'm also in charge of agricultural cooperative in the ministry. While cooperative is not new things, we believe that we are now pushing for a new cooperative model that fit the situation of Cambodia better. The law of cooperative has been in place for over 10 years now. And as a consequence, we have formed up over 1,000 cooperatives for Cambodia as well. However, we feel that our current cooperatives are not robust enough, competitive enough, and integrated enough. And that's why we, for this new term, we start promoting the new cooperative model called Modern Agricultural Cooperative, that for the first time, we move from service cooperative to production cooperative. So over here, you see, we start focusing on the kind of cooperative that have a very high level of integration model. We're looking at joint production. We're looking at a very large-scale production that will provide our sector with a more competitive cost, a more standardized quality, and especially to be able to ensure a steady supply, with the goal that not only to encourage downstream processing, but at the same time also promote export as well. We look into a kind of cooperative that have a more centralized management so that we can work directly with the AC and fund the AC in order to support our goal of joint production. And last but not least, we're also looking into a kind of cooperative that ensure a fair distribution of dividends to all the members as well. You already seen this slide, so this a good snapshot of our rice production in Cambodia. As you've seen that there's not much different in terms of yield, but the production has been steadily increased over time. But this is a more interesting slide, that on the upper graph there is a total production, average total production of our rice. And lower down here is the annual surplus. As you may see that starting from 1995, Cambodia has already experienced production surplus. By now, depend on the number, but roughly speaking, we produce 3, we eat 1, and we almost have 2 times more for export. So we believe that Cambodia can play a role, not just fulfilling our own food security, but we can also play a key role in a regional level of food security as well. With that, we still have our own unique challenge. Namely, you can see we still don't have enough rice variety that offer high yield, shorter duration, especially to be able to be more tolerant and respond better to extreme conditions. This is critical because in the face of climate change, we need this area more than any other area. We also have, as another speaker here have mentioned, very limited supply and good usage of high quality seed, and not enough mechanism to ensure that the farmer would use that. There's limited knowledge and inappropriate use of chemical pesticide and fertilizer. There also, at the lower end there, is our farmers still have limited access to low interest rate loan for rice production, which fit the context of today meeting very well. We have a few key priorities, but a very important priority for us is to, in a sense, transform our production from a household size production to a more commercial scale production. Why is it important? Because while we produce a lot, we believe that our production, especially from upstream, is very fragmented. And that put us at a disadvantage in terms of higher production costs. We don't have consistent quality, and our supply is not steady. To us, that probably one single important reason why we have very low processing, and that's a reason why we have no choice but to export our rice production in the form of paddy. With the push for modern agricultural cooperative, we do hope that we will be able to provide better clarity and clarity and predictability from upstream. Hopefully the effect will trickle down to downstream. More people will start joining investment in the processing, and therefore we will be able to export our rice in the form of rice and maintain the value added in our country. We also have key priority in terms of developing suitable rice variety that especially respond better to climate change. Also, we need to have strengthen the capacity of our extension worker, which is still very at the infancy stage. And last but not least, we are focusing on providing access to low interest rate funding and intervention. And we do hope that events such as today will bring more focus and highlight to the need for better funding for agricultural sector in Cambodia as well. So it's pretty clear that our journey is not more than just rice production, but it's about nurturing a future where climate change and food security is a reality for all of us to deal with. Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry and Fishery is committed to the mission of fostering innovation, sustainability and resilience in our agricultural practice. We believe that together we can transform the challenges into opportunity, ensure that every grain of rice is not just to sustain life, but also build a foundation for prosperity. Let's work together, hand in hand, cultivate a brighter and more secure future for Cambodia and the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Kham Phenom, for your keynote address. Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker will highlight the importance of environmental considerations. So please join me and welcome Dr. Hak Mao from the Ministry of Environment to discuss the environmental aspects of Cambodia's rice sector development.
Okay, good morning, Excellency Chairs, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to share with you the climate change impact and also responsive measures in Cambodia. I'm sorry that I won't prepare slides. I will speak based on my few notes. I think this morning you heard from our speakers. I would say that he know a lot what the Ministry of Environment have been done, especially a number of policy and strategies that we develop to respond to climate change. I think you all aware that the world faced with extreme weathers, flood, drought almost everywhere. At the times that Southeast Asia, especially Cambodia, facing El Nino, of course we extremely hot over the last few weeks. Right now it's a bit better because we get a few rains. The other countries like Afghanistan experience very heavy flood, caused a lot of 100 people died. Cambodia, as a least developed country, we experience, of course, the most vulnerable impact to the climate change. Flood, drought happen every year. Saltwater intrusion, of course, it happens in our coastal area. The place that we used to grow rice, but right now salt water over there, we cannot do it, but we have to change to the other option. We also conduct an assessment beside the recent impact of climate change. You know, based on our climate public expenditure review, we spend around $600 million US per year caused by the impact of climate change. And also we have conducted the assessment that if the trends of climate change impact is increasing, we expect the impact of our GDP around 10% by 2050. So our government set the target to be high middle income country by 2050, and if the climate change impact, how the government should do in order to ensure that our commitment achieved. I think it is very important that we need to consider as well. And you know, the international community has set a commitment during the Paris Climate Agreement that we need to ensure the increased temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius by 2050 or even to 1.5. But another study by WMO showed that it is expected to increase temperature rise from 1.1 to 1.7 degrees Celsius just by 2026. So I think if the trend increase, the international commitment to ensure temperature rise to 2 degrees Celsius is hard to achieve. However, Cambodia, as the member of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, we have a strong commitment to fight against climate change. Even our country, of course, we prioritize adaptation, but mitigation also considers. We develop our climate change strategic plan the last 10 years, 2014 to 2023. We developed the comprehensive 10-year strategic plan in order to promote Cambodia to be clean, green, and knowledge-based societies. And last year also, the end of the year. But right now we update our Cambodia climate change strategic plan the next 10 years, 2024 to 2033. We still consider climate change as a top priorities. And the next climate change strategic plan, we don't want to have a separate climate change sectoral plan. Right now, I think Ministry of Agriculture, they develop climate change sectoral plan for agriculture sectors, but we intend to have just one climate change strategic plan so that we can mobilize more resources from Ministry of Economy and Finance, saying that, okay, the government just want to have a comprehensive strategic plan, and then we can allocate money to ensure the sustainability in the country as well. And then the country also developed nationally determined contribution update in 2020. We set the target to reduce emission around 42% by 2030. And of course, among 133 activities, only 33 activities cover
climate change mitigation, and 8 activities cover agriculture sectors, and the rest of course cover adaptation. And in order to achieve our target, we need to mobilize around 7.8 billion US dollars, and among those 2 billion US dollar for adaptation and 5.8 billion US dollar for mitigations. And I also want to indicate that the country understand that with the NDC contribution, we cannot achieve the commitment of international communities. In that sense, the former Prime Minister Samdech Techo Hun Sen, he committed to develop the long-term strategy for carbon neutrality to achieve our carbon neutral target by 2050. Even we set the target to be carbon neutrality, but we need to make sure that our country, of course, the most vulnerable impact to climate change, we prioritize adaptation, economic development, natural resource management, and environment conservation as a priority. So when we set the target to be carbon neutrality by 2050, we conduct an assessment whether this carbon neutral target will impact our economy, our environment or not. In that sense, of course, I think the previous speaker, he said, our long-term strategy for carbon neutrality expect to provide green job around 500,000 jobs, and then contribute to GDP around 2.3% by 2050, and then also contribute to our natural resource conservation and environmental management. In that sense, the government also, okay, it's ready for our country to set the target to be carbon neutrality by 2050. Besides that, the country also developed we call Operation Manual for Article 6. Article 6 is for carbon trading, in order to provide opportunity to all investors who want to invest in carbon trading in Cambodia, especially to promote green technology or green investment in the countries. And right now, for carbon credit, Cambodia, of course, mobilize around 10 million US dollars already through our Red Plus projects, and we expect to increase more and more in the near future. And the country also jump into another trade system we call compliant market, and we expect to mobilize more resources to implement in the countries. With the new mandate, the Ministry of Environment set a circular environment strategy 2024 to 2028. We expect to promote the country to be clean, green, and sustainability. And to implement this, of course, the government set the target to achieve 60% of forest cover by 2050. I think it is very strong commitment of the royal government of Cambodia to achieve 60% of forest cover. To reach this target, the country, through the Ministry of Environment, set a campaign to plant around 1 million trees per year, and to encourage local livelihood improvement through promote ecotourism as well. The country, of course, as I said, as a member of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, we also mobilize resources from different funding institutions. And last year, during the COP28 in Dubai, the international community reached another commitment. Of course, we have a commitment to mobilize resources around 100 billion US dollars, but right now the target not yet achieved. However, last year, COP28, the international community mobilized around 87 billion US dollars. And they just established a new fund we call loss and damage funds. It become another opportunity for developing country or developed country like Cambodia to access to the funds. And for the Green Climate Fund, I think the royal government of Cambodia also could mobilize resources. So far, we mobilize around 2 million US dollars from Green Climate Funds, 7 huge projects, and 13 readiness projects. And I think the previous speaker just shared about the mobilization of 100 million US dollars through Korean Development Bank and Mekong Strategic Capital. I think when we see the result, it's like, okay, easy to get it. But in reality, John here, he worked very hard one way or another, and they refuse a few times already, you know, until we achieve this huge budget. And we hope that we will use this opportunity to enable ARDB to be accredited entities. On here, I also want to share that Cambodia, we have only NCDD as accredited entity that we get in 2019, but so far we still not yet access to fund, you know. So I think the process, it takes time, and I hope that learning from the previous experience, KDB and Mekong Strategic Capital can speed up the process so that we can enable ARDB to be accredited entities. I think in terms of agriculture sector, we also get, I mean, a huge project from Green Climate Funds. One of the project that implemented by Asian Development Bank, we call Climate Friendly Agri-Business Value Chain. I think the first project that we get from Green Climate Fund in 2018, and the second one also big project with around 43 million US dollar on a public social private partnership for ecologically sound agriculture and resilient livelihood in northern Tolesa basins. It implemented by IPO. I think that project also very important for the country, and a lot of discussion happened between NDA, the Ministry of Environment, and also GCF before they approve the project. So you see that a lot of opportunity for the country to mobilize resources, but whether it's enough or not, you know, as I said previously, the country needs a huge of money in order to implement our climate change policy and strategies. I forget to highlight our long-term strategy for carbon neutralities. We need start from 500 million US dollar from now to 1.5 billion US dollar by 2050. So this is very huge money that we need, and we also need to mobilize further resources. Besides Green Climate Fund, we also mobilize resources from global environment facilities and also adaptation fund and also development funds. However, our opportunity for Green Climate Fund it still remains, and I encourage all our partners to develop more proposals in order to mobilize resources from Green Climate Funds. I also want to share about how the importance of agriculture for climate change mitigation. Of course, as I said previously, you know, the country have a commitment to reduce emission by 42% under our NDC and carbon neutrality target by 2050. When you look at agriculture sectors, of course, the climate change impact, it impacts a lot our agriculture, but there is another opportunity for agriculture sector to contribute to climate change mitigation. And on this, recently we have support from JICA. They conduct assessment to promote agricultural product and then to reduce greenhouse gas emission. And through the project, we expect to get a carbon credit through joint credit mechanism for agriculture sector as well. So in that sense, I would say that to promote an implementation of agriculture sector, not only to adapt to the impact of climate change, but also to reduce greenhouse gas emission and mobilize resources through selling carbon credit. So until here, I would say that there's a window of opportunity for our country to mobilize more resources from other development partners, funding agencies, and also our key relevant stakeholders as well. I also want to just slightly highlight, in our previous colleague also highlight the importance of the contribution from the transport sector, not only for the means of transportation, but also contribute to reduce the impact of climate change through mitigate the greenhouse gas emission. You know, recently the government just introduced the Phnom canals. This initiative not only contribute to transport sectors, but also to reduce climate change impact as well through reducing greenhouse gas emission that can contribute to international community to fight against climate change. So I would say that the government initiative not only just for the country purpose, but also to join with the international community to fight against climate change. So I would like to end my intervention here, and thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hak Mau from the Ministry of Environment for your sharing at this session. Dear guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that now we are coming to the last speaker for this session, and after this we are going to open the floor for Q&A session. Now, it is my honor to invite another speaker for this session. Please help me welcome on stage Oknya Songsaron, Chairman of Board Director of the Cambodia Rice Federation, to provide insights from the perspective of the rice industry. Please welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be informed as well that all of the speaker, and for each speaker you have 5 minutes to present. Thank you.
Thank you. chúng tôiខ្ញុំសូមគោរពអាដាមកាយថាប្រតិភូរដ្ឋាភិបាលទូនទុកជាគណៈយុធនគីអវត្តជនបតកសកម្មអវត្តជនបតកម្ពុជា So very good morning, Oknya, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Song Saron. I'm the chairman of the board of Cambodia Rice Federation. My pleased honor to be invited to present our rice industry. As our key speakers already talk a lot, we've been learning a lot, so I may be quicker because something we coincident. So we try to make it more productive and more move on the next question Q&A. So just Cambodia Rice Federation established in 2014. As you know, in the Dr. Luna mentioned about 2013 to 2024, the investment in the rice sector has been grow from burst. So we established it's in right time to move the rice export officially from the unofficial export to be more unofficial export. So our vision, we would like to see the rice industry more sustainable, resilient, ethical, as well as the equitable and development. Because we are newcomers, we have to be more better and different from another origin countries. To achieve this vision, the Rice Federation, we have tried to make ourselves competitive. Doing so, we had to lower the cost of logistics, operation, investment of the facility, drying, warehouse, milling, all of the modern art system, and able to supply rice, quality, and sustainable measures. Our mandate, clearly, the Rice Federation registered under Ministry of Commerce is our guardian ministry, line ministry. So we the one to handle all the information, negotiation, trade deal on rice between G2G, or we do between private sector with another private sector in another country. We also work in alignment with the government, especially Ministry of Agriculture, in seed production and seed distribution mechanisms in Cambodia. We also try to engage, invite, organize the rice event. Like national event, international event, so the Rice Federation are promoting our brand of rice to the world. We also support and contribute to government policy, especially we have representative from Cambodia Federation to the government, private sector forums. So it's also assigned by the Cambodia Federation to join. So I think we already have just quick outlook because why Cambodia we have been suffer with El Nino in not Cambodia but in the region, but we still sell the food like Excellency Phnom mentioned. We did not stop export in the critical point, especially 2023. we did quite good. We still export 2.7 million tons, combined official and official numbers, meaning government, we did not just only serve our own food consumption, but we want to serve the region, especially in Asian, that need food. Cambodia, even affect Illinois, but still rice production growth, a little bit growth. Farmer enjoys with the price stability or government support. But we have to look on the number of the crops. We have two in Cambodia we call minor crops. It means dry crops, and then we have major crops that mainly for the wet crop. So these dry minor crops mostly affect without water system. It's going to be big problem with the production. While we also have rain-fed or called major crops, it depend on the rain. So this is very sensitive to the climate. It of course also food security. So doing so, government build a lot of education, rice fields more sustainable, so we preserve the food sufficiency and we export. But why Cambodia has 3 million hectares, but the production of paddy around 12 million tons, while neighboring countries, they have the same 3 million, but they go 24 million tons of paddy. We are not going to destroy the nature. We are not trying to get 8 tons or 10 tons per hectare. We get 3 tons, 3.5 tons, but preserve environment sustainably, ensuring, caring the people, environmental, and food safety. That's an ambitious of Cambodia. Also try to touch on the capacity. 2013, we have only capacity of the mill, 200 mill, but 90 mill is the export one. In 2013 capacity milling, we have less than 3,000 tons a day. So now we have 12,000 tons a day, with especially ADFIAP Bank injects a lot of funds to support the industry robust growth. Storage, we have less than 200,000 ton capacity, now have 2 million ton capacity storage. It should grow. And then drying capacity, we have less than 5,000 ton capacity today. Today we have 50,000 ton dryer, but it doesn't sufficient because we have 12 million ton paddy. We have only capacity 50,000 tons, so maybe 2 or 3 million ton capacity, meaning 30% of the Cambodia rice production able to drive by local mill. But in Cambodia, we have latest technology, even we start behind, but we move high-end technology in the way we preserve food safety. So we have BRC food system, we have ISO, EU, Japan, USDA, and other quality standard. But now, you know, in the EU, there is a requirement because the majority of rice export to EU take care on food safety and environmental protection in the main EU agenda. So today even, I believe this contributes to the rice sector transformation to more on the framework of climate smart, climate resilient, building the rice industry compliant to those countries. So we have to look on EHS, environmental health and safety. We have to look on EIA, environment impact assessment. Doing so, we need a lot to add on this certificate to ensure Cambodia competitiveness. And also, we've been discussed a lot. We've been winning the award 5 times Excellency Sopti already mentioned. And last year, we add on another award from SKO from the China Asian Quality Rice Contest. So we get another award, we add on it, 2023. And we have all the packaging line, good. So the market, as mentioned, we need to compliance. So EU, you see majority of the shipment to the EU market. So the requirement from the market is more and more on carbon neutrality, emission, because rice emits more than 40% methane to the environment. But Cambodia, we are more, like I said, more preservative, conservative. So our emission is low because productivity, we are not trying to boost 10 ton, 8 ton per hectare, destroy more ecosystem, but we apply more sustainable way. So we have to look on this requirement. But you look on the number, we are do more than like 2024 to 2023. Our growth is in flutters in 2017 till now. So why we cannot grow? The problem is a logistic and connectivity. That's why we need the Techo Phnom canal. Without this canal, we cannot get more than that number. We get the maximum 1 million ton, cannot more than that. We need to be competitive. In the world, we need good food and good price and able to pay, and the farmer able to live with their income. So with the canal established and finished, we believe reduction of cost will be able Cambodia export directly to the world. And the people in the world able to consume good quality and good price. So we have to look that number, we cannot go more than that. After canal built, cost down, maybe we are able to get more number. So far we do 2.7 million ton last year, 2023, 2024, we projected 2.9 million ton in milled, is the USDA report. So this number would be growth, but not official, still going to the border. Because the border country, they have direct export with low cost that Cambodia need. And I'm sure that is why the government needs very urgent to build this canal to help farmer in Cambodia throughout the country, access road, access waterway, railway, and direct ship to the region and the world. I'll read this, and thank you. I think that's all my presentation. And question, happy to join the next section discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Oknya Songsaran. Please take a seat. We are moving on to our Q&A session. So I encourage all of our guests here to prepare your questions, and our assistant will pass the microphone to you. Please also raise your hand for the questions.
Once again, if you have any question, please raise your hand and our team will deliver the microphone to you. Thank you.
Okay, we have also prepared the pre-arranged questions from all our participants. Together for the special interest session 1, I would like to start with the first questions. I hope that one of our panelists can help answer that. So the first question is, what are the key challenges facing Cambodia's rice sector in terms of food security? I repeat the questions. What are the key challenges that Cambodia is facing for the rice sector in terms of food security? Among one of the panelists.
Well, thank you very much. Let me just quickly take that question, and maybe other speaker can also join. When it comes to food security, as I said early on, if you look at the bigger picture, we don't really have problem in terms of food security. We have production surplus available for export. However, there are rooms to improve, and especially with the current production in rice sectors. We strong in production, but we are very fragmented, with most of the rice production are from individual farmer with very small size farming land. Because of that, our rice production have a higher production cost, very inconsistent quality, and we face with period of sudden surge in supply and then technically absence of supply in certain period. Now, because of that, we're pushing with the new model of cooperative, with the hope that we can produce better, produce more efficiently, while At the same time, we want to protect our farmer through this platform as well. Because the new model of cooperative, we call modern agriculture cooperative, is a lot more integrated that allow us to implement some key policy, be it climate change, be it food security. And we can do that through financing as well, which we can direct resource to work with specified cooperative so that it can serve the purpose of food security and export. So for us, modern agricultural cooperative is a platform that allow us to tackle many issues, namely climate change, food security, processing, contract farming is also another area where, with the clarity and predictability from upstream, we hope we can create better environment to work on key policy. So single-handedly, if you ask what exactly is an issue in our rice sector development, I would say the small scale and the fragmentation of a production from upstream is a key priority, and that's the reason why the top priority for this mandate in MAF is to encourage and incentivize through funding and financing that this individual farmer form to become the modern cooperative and work together more effectively. Thank you.
Thank you so much, His Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that we have wrapped up our special interest session 1. It is now time for the handover of the appreciation of certificates. So please may I invite all of our panelists to the front to receive the appreciation certificate from our organizer.
Once again, thank you for all the speakers who share your special interest for this session. Now I would like to invite our guest of honor. May I invite Mr. Enrique Florencio, ADFIAP Secretary General, to be on stage and hand over the certificate and appreciation token to all the speakers. Please welcome. So I would like to inform that this is the certificate of appreciation and token present to all the speakers for the first session of special interest sharing. We have the certificate of appreciation and the token. Devada with lotus flower. The name of the Apsara comes from Sanskrit and it means heavenly beings or celestial medium. In Hindu mythology, these divine beauties and dancers live in the Lord's Indra courts. The function of Apsara is to serve the Deva and protect Buddhist law. Although people pay some tribute to them, they are not particularly worshipped. In ancient time, they were painted inside sanctuaries and temples in Cambodia as well as in Laos, Burma, and Thailand. Especially this token is partly made from gold, and this is the appreciation token to the speaker to share their special interest in the first session of the 47th ADFIAP annual meetings.
Our heartfelt thanks to all the esteemed panelists in enlightening us in this special interesting topic. Your insights have enriched our understanding of Cambodia's rice sector development. Thank you so much for your participation.
And also special thanks to Mr. Enrique Florencio, ADFIAP Secretary General, to present the appreciation token and certificate to the speakers. Once again, please give a big round of applause to the speakers. All right, thank you so much, all the speaker, His Excellencies, and Doctor. You may return to your seat and we'll proceed to the next session.
Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into our next session. This next session, we will be exploring the transformative potential of promoting financial inclusion through open finance, bridging the gap. So let us welcome our esteemed speaker. But before that, please enjoy a short video from our organizer.
In a world connected by shared goals, ADFIAP unites us in a mission for global betterment. We are the Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific, committed to making this world better, together. Innovation is our compass, leading the way to continuous development and bringing to life projects that matter. ADFIAP.net envisions a world empowered by open finance, making economic growth inclusive and accessible for all. With open finance, we leveled the playing field, offering tailored financial services for every individual's unique journey. Our pioneering initiatives, fueled by open data, are designed to enhance and empower the communities they serve. The digital era beckoned, and ADFIAP embraced fintech solutions to advance financial inclusion and sustainable development among its members. On our 45th anniversary, we unveiled the Open Finance Initiative, a collaborative ecosystem powered by fintech innovation. 2023 marked a pivotal year with Infibet's IT solutions as we built ADFIAP.net, a platform revolutionizing development finance. In 2024, our members like New Rural Bank of San Leonardo and ASCII MFI embraced this change, enhancing services and securing their digital future. ADFIAP.net is not just a platform, it's a community where every member can find fintech solutions crafted for their needs. Together, we're not just dreaming of a better future, we're creating it, fostering prosperity for communities across Asia and the Pacific.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off our discussions on open finance, we have the managing partner of Infix IT Solutions and Corporate Business Development Strategist at ADFIAP.net Open Finance Network, who will share valuable information. Please join me and welcome Mr. Jamil E. Raton to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, ADFIAP, for giving me this opportunity to share some insights to the honorable members of this association. Without further ado, let me start my presentation with a powerful quote from Tim Berners-Lee, who is the inventor of World Wide Web, and he said, "We need diversity of thought in the world to face the new challenges." This quote emphasized the crucial role of varied perspectives and ideas in solving contemporary issues. This diversity of thought is often fueled by data sharing. When data is openly shared, it allows people from different backgrounds disciplines, and areas of expertise to access, analyze, and interpret information in new and unique ways. You, members of ADFIAP, by advocating for data sharing, you can show the collective intelligence and varied perspectives of many individuals can better address the complex and interconnected challenges we face today. This could range from climate change and public health to economic development and technology. Sharing data not only enhances transparency, but also enriches problem solving by integrating a wider range of insights and approaches. What is best model for data sharing today? Open finance is an extension of the concept of open banking, where the sharing of financial information is expanded via banks to include other financial institutions and third-party service providers. It leverages secure APIs to share data in a controlled environment, aiming to enhance the functionality, reach, and inclusivity of financial services. Why does it matter for you, our dear development financial institutions? With powerful tools and access to a wide array of data across different financial sectors to enhance financial inclusion, improve risk management, foster partnerships, achieve greater transparency, support sustainable development goals, promote financial literacy, and adapt quickly to economic changes, all of which are essential in today's dynamic financial landscape. These capabilities are crucial for effectively addressing the unique challenges and opportunities that DFIs encounter in your mission to drive economic development and social progress. Open finance transforms data sharing from an institution-centered model to a consumer-centered model, where the empowerment and benefit of the consumers are at the forefront. With more data available, financial services can better serve underbanked and unbanked populations. More tailored financial products can be designed to suit the needs of diverse consumer segments, potentially increasing financial inclusion. Consumer benefits from more sophisticated tools can help with budgeting, investing, and managing debt, leveraging their own financial data across various institutions. This shift not only enhances the consumer's control over their own data, but also drives innovation in the financial service industry. In October 26, 2022, during the association's 45th anniversary in Manila, Philippines, the Open Finance Initiative was unveiled, tapping into this potential for exploring the technological innovation. Today, we are launching the ADFIAP Open Finance Network, or we call ADFIAP.net. This is a revolutionary data sharing platform that is designed exclusively for members of the Association of Development Financing Institutions in Asia and the Pacific. Emerges as a leader in the development banking as a service sector. This platform leverages the collective power of shared data to foster unprecedented collaboration among member institutions. Through this collaborative effort, ADFIAP.net aims to pioneer innovative applications, services, and solutions that are not only technologically advanced but also tailored to meet the diverse needs of developing economies. As a beacon of innovation and collaboration, ADFIAP.net not only enhances the operational capabilities of its members, but also drives the collective impact that contributes to a more inclusive and sustainable future. The platform embodies the spirit of shared knowledge and mutual growth, making it a cornerstone for development banking in the Asia and the Pacific region. Here are some of our current initiatives under this platform. New Rural Bank of San Leonardo, Philippines. ADFIAP.net is helping digitalizing the bank with a shared infrastructure optimized for hosting a core banking system that is specifically tailored to the open finance requirements of ADFIAP member banks. Alalay sa kaunlaran, ADFIAP is helping ASCII in its modernization efforts by providing a security audit report. Our objective is to fortify the foundation of ASCII's financial and operational infrastructures against evolving cybersecurity threats, thereby ensuring sustained integrity, trust, and compliance in its operation. One Halal Store, an e-commerce and payment gateway for the halal industry. We're helping One Halal Global Tech Corporation in providing the needed technology for its e-commerce platform and payment gateway that adheres to halal best practices. Farm Roots Network, ADFIAP, together with the partner, created a farm and food technology-based platform that visualizes supply chain and provides end-to-end agriculture enterprise resource planning for the farming sector. The cloud-based AI and data-enabled application seamlessly connects farmers to stakeholders in the value chain, supporting the agricultural ecosystem with knowledge, advisory support, and data intelligence, credit and risk management, and traceability. Lastly, ADFIAP Sustainability Metrics Platform for development financing institutions. It's a comprehensive tool designed specifically for tracking environmental, social, and governance metrics. It includes a self-diagnostic tool as the initial step. And lastly, before I end my presentation, let me share with you a call to action, especially to all members of ADFIAP. Data shared is knowledge multiplied. When we liberate information from silos and make it accessible, we empower individuals and communities to innovate, solve problems, and create a future that is informed, interconnected, and inclusive. ADFIAP.net, building a better and sustainable future today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jeremy Roton, for your keynote on this session. And now you may remain on stage and find your seat. Thank you. Dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, now I would like to introduce and invite on stage the next speaker for this session. Please help me welcome Mr. Abundio Qualian, CEO of New Rural Bank of San Leonardo, to join us on stage and share his keynote. Please welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen and presenter, please be informed you have 5 minutes to present your slides. Thank you so much.
Pleasant and beautiful day to everyone. I'm very glad and delighted to be and overwhelmed to be here today and to experience walking the green carpet earlier as I approached the convention hall. Please bear with me that I had to mention about walking the green carpet because I just realized that it's no longer red, but it is green, which is the new color of glamour these days. I'm sorry because this is my first time to attend and participate this prestigious gathering of ADFIAP member institutions because our organization, unlike our organization is much smaller than most of the institutions represented today. That is why I feel personally privileged to be inside the same room with the experts in development finance. And I recall a famous person once said that if another one joins the company of 3 wise men or 3 wise women for that matter, he or she becomes the 4th. So that I hope that today that would be the start of my transformation. So first allow me to introduce my humble organization, the New Rural Bank of San Leonardo. I also like to share our modest accomplishments in agricultural lending, and perhaps I will also bring up some of the challenges that we encounter in our practice of agricultural value chain, which I believe this project of ADFIAP will help us enhance our program participation. Okay, our organization, the New Rural Bank of San Leonardo, was organized or it was established in 1994. So we are going to celebrate a milestone in our history. We're going to celebrate our 30th year. I'm one of the pioneering employees of this humble initiative. So you can approximate my age by now. So if your guess is about, my age is about 40, you are correct because I started when I was 10 years old in our organization. That was a joke. So our bank was conceived as a non-political solution to address poverty in rural communities in our province, in Central Luzon. We operated under a democratized ownership structure in pursuit of our social mission and financial objectives, because in the Philippines, in the hierarchy of banks, rural banks are at the bottom of the categories. Our combined resources would account to only about 3% of the entire Philippine financial system. Yes, it's small, but it is not insignificant, because the network of these rural banks are located in areas currently unserved and unreached by these big universal banks. So we embrace a framework on local economy development where we promote the collaboration of various initiatives from both private sector and government agencies. We are distinguished as among the very few in the entire Philippine financial system granted the accreditation of a rural financial institution. Because in the Philippines, there is a legislation that mandates all banks, regardless of classification, to allocate 25% of our portfolio into agriculture. And that law, or compliance with that law, has not been very encouraging, especially for the big players. We earned our status as the leading private lending partner of the Department of Agriculture for the implementation of its various credit facilities. So because of our long-standing service to small agriculture sector, we, despite our small size, we are ranked as among the top 8% of the Philippine rural banking industry in terms of total resources. Okay, what are the current challenges facing our industry? The digitization of banking and financial sector, from the government perspective, this is seen as a tool to promote financial inclusion. So that being the case, we expect our regulators to consistently promote this to all banks regardless of classification. And because our central bank is the lead agency in the National Financial Inclusion Steering Committee. So we cannot expect nothing less from our regulators. So this promotion covers various modes of application to reach as many end users. So that is the objective of this project. But despite the wondrous promises of digitization, it has prohibitive costs and disruptive effects, especially if we're talking about the cases of small players in the industry. Digital platforms to maximize or to obtain a maximum benefits from its use will depend largely on the resources a given institution is willing to invest in the project. And that is the predicament of small players because we have very limited funds to invest in technology and to improve our digital capabilities. So rural banks, like our case, cannot afford to develop our own platform, not unless we are assisted, either by the government, which is unavailable at this time, or through collaborative projects like ADFIAP.net. So this digital transformation, again, as I mentioned, has also disruptive effects because it will require the deployment of new employees who possess that skill set to run these new technologies. So the need for change. So why do we have to upgrade our core banking system? Because the compulsion is both regulatory in nature and also business related. By regulatory, as I mentioned, the monetary authorities will continuously encourage the banking sector, the players in the banking sector, without exception, regardless of your size, to engage in payment settlement, fund transfers, credit origination, and all sorts of services using digital technology. Also, in order to keep up with competition, because the big banks are already there, and yet the small players are lagging behind. So you can imagine the barrier that prevents the small players from joining the caravan for this digital transformation. So for rural banks like our organization, the solution is always to enter into collaboration and partnership. This is the only way we can scale up our technology capabilities. That's why we welcome this ADFIAP.net program because it comes as a subsidized platform developed to meet the needs of smaller players like us. It complies with industry-level standards on outsourcing and vendor solutions. So we are going to experience the same capabilities that big players are able to offer because of this arrangement. So the project breaks through the most important barrier in digital journey of banks with limited funds or limited resources, which to cover the high cost of implementation without any sacrifice of its overall financial viability. With ADFIAP.net, NRBSL, and other small players can now join the conversation and the caravan on digital banking. So this is a very welcome development. This gives us hope that we will be able to join this journey towards digitization. So, what is the unique character of ADFIAP.net is the open finance system. So it allows partnerships and it creates digitally connected network of onboarded small banks. Because if you are a small player, the pool of, or network of your clients is also small. And it is not feasible to introduce this kind of technology or this kind of services become limited number of clients to promote this product offering. So this system allows small players like us to link our respective pool of clients to achieve a critical mass of borrowers or customers that only big banks are able to enjoy. That's why they have the advantage. So it allows small banks linked together to achieve scale economies in using digital portals to make the project viable. That is the conditionality. Note that the numbers of possible users are low in the level of small players. And the only way is to pull our network of clients together so we can have a wider scope. Again, let me share with you the importance of having this sustainable technology in the practice of agricultural value chain. One often argued factor or limiting factor in agriculture supply chain in less developed economies is the inaccessibility of information. Because we experience in our practice that important information on trade, government support are hardly shared. Sometimes they are fragmented and often constrained by authorities. So these are all working against the practice of agricultural value chain. Input commodity pricing tend to be arbitrary on the part of traders and large-scale processors arising from control of supply and monopoly of information. So this is what ails the practice of agriculture value chain, because the benefits are not equitably distributed, because the interests are not harmonized. So the ADFIAP.net can serve as a repository of information. This is how we imagine this project will be, that it will provide necessary information so that the various actors in supply chain ecosystems can develop cases for developing well-grounded strategies and linkages to come up with a viable, fair, and harmonized supply chain ecosystem. So lastly, the opportunities for further development or further advancement. The ADFIAP.net, being an open system, can provide the central digital platform for interagency sharing in organizing supply chain actors and practitioners, in scanning the market, and involving engaged government assistance or support. So to recap, our institution is established and operating as a development finance practitioner, just like most of the institutions represented today. But ours is a private initiative. And we can only do our practice and advocacy of sustainable banking if we do partnership and collaboration work. As part of the evolving financial sector, we look at digitization as a cost and at the same time as an opportunity. The cost side, we are very hopeful that this project of ADFIAP.net will help us cover part of the cost. But as far as the opportunity is concerned, the possibilities are immense. So NRBSL is hopeful that with the help of ADFIAP.net and its open finance configuration, the adverse factors that is ailing the agricultural industry in areas just like our country will be addressed gradually. So I join the call of action as announced earlier, that from the perspective of small banks, sustainable finance through data sharing is best pursued in the level of industry associations, domestic or international, where linkages would bridge the gap and collaborations will fill the limitations which are prerequisite conditions. Otherwise, the benefits promised by digital technology in promoting financial inclusion and literacy will remain at the speculative level for those with less resources. That would be all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jamil E. Raton, for your keynote address and presentations. Next, I would like to invite our next speaker, Ms. Jane Manukdok, Executive Director of ASCII MFI, Philippines. Let's give a warm welcome to Ms. Jane Manukdok to the stage.
And also kindly inform you that you have 5 minutes for your presentation. Thank you.
Aron Sustay. Good morning, everyone. To all the dignitaries, the ADFIAP Secretariat, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give my heartfelt gratitude for the organizer for the very exceptional accommodation and assistance to us from the airport to the hotel. They are still lively and energetic even up to midnight. So I believe every one of you have experienced that. Good morning. So at this time, I would like to introduce to you our organization, and we are very grateful that you have given us the opportunity to be sharing our experience on digital transformation and our joining the ADFIAP.net. So special thanks to our Secretary General Sir Enrique here. Okay, so ASCII, being a microfinance institution, is a high-touch, face-to-face, and door-to-door delivery of services to microfinance clients. I believe you are familiar with that, no? So what we do is deliver our financial services to our clients next to their door. But right now, we are in the digital area, and we are talking about the digital space. We are talking about cloud-based internet, and they are not so familiar with that. No? It's a very new thing to our clients right now. However, we have to do that because we have to transform, otherwise we will become obsolete. So let me proceed. A little bit of introduction about ASCII. Okay. So our name is Alalay sa Kaunlaran Microfinance Social Development Incorporated, and we are 37 years in operations. We are a non-stock, non-profit organization committed to holistic transformation. We have 92 branch offices and 120,000 clients with $31.5 million loan portfolio. Our core programs include microfinancing. You can imagine a loan of 5,000 to 300,000 pesos. That's very, very small in the rural communities. So that's what we do. And then we also have resilient housing program, training and education, health and sanitation, agriculture development, environment protection and conservation, technology and innovation. And that's what we are going to talk about later on. So some of the membership and affiliations that we have right now, we are an accredited microfinance NGO under the MFNGO Regulatory Council in the Philippines. And we are a certified institution by the Sustainability Standards and Certification Initiatives, or the SSCI, and we know them actually because of the ADFIAP also. And we are a certified healthy place to work, so we have that certification. So maybe later on you can chat with me, what is this? And then we are a member of Microfinance Council of the Philippines and the Microfinance Information and Data Sharing Inc. Okay, let me proceed with our main topic. So the importance of digital transformation in ASCII's context. Sorry about the mix-up of the heading, no? So I want to share with you how we transform from the high-touch, door-to-door and face-to-face delivery of services. So right now we have we have an enhanced access because ASCII is now using digital payment system for our loan collection and loan disbursement. We partner with one of the biggest leading electronic payment service in the Philippines, which is the EasyPay. So that's how we approach the digitalization. It's about collaboration and partnership. So access is very important. Clients can pay their loans anytime, anywhere. And then improve efficiency, reduction of paperwork, manual errors, and operational costs, enabling ASCII to serve more clients with greater speed and accuracy. Financial inclusion. So access to a wider range of financial products and services, including savings accounts, credit facilities, microinsurance, and remittances. Risk management. So digital tools enable ASCII to gather and analyze data more effectively, enhancing ability to access credit risk, to assess credit risk, and make informed lending decisions. As to customer experience, our clients are experiencing convenience because of the user-friendly technologies that we are using, allowing them to access financial services anytime, anywhere, using their mobile phones and other digital services. And then innovation and adaptation, enabling ASCII to develop new products, services, and delivery channels to meet the evolving needs of our clients. However, about the cybersecurity, while doing all this transformation, cybersecurity is very important because we need to make sure that the information and the data that we collect from our clients are all safe. Otherwise, the trust will be gone, no? So there should be no question about trust when we collect information from our clients. So that's the relationship of cybersecurity in our digital transformation. Next is our approach to digitalization. So to save time, I'll just go further with partnership and collaboration. In terms of partnership, we are really thankful because we are part of the ADFIAP.net, or the Open Finance initiatives of the ADFIAP, because the services boost the security and technological capabilities of ASCII. So you can see in the slide the picture that we had. We had a meeting in my office, the ADFIAP conducting the due diligence right there. No? So with this, we undertake the following processes as we apply for the Open Finance or the ADFIAP.net. So they conducted due diligence, and then we had the MOA signing in December 2023, and in March we had the inception meeting, and then they conducted the IT assessment on our organization. And some of the findings will be, I will be sharing some of the findings and the recommendations coming from the ADFIAP.net. And we are really thankful, and we are open to hearing those recommendations, because somehow we feel that, oh, they are our enemies because they are assessing our system, and we might feel insecure because they are, you know, they have higher wisdom and technology about this. But because we are family, we are sharing the resources, and we can skip some of the processes, no, that would hinder the process of digital transformation. So by leveraging subsidized and industry compliant solution, ASCII MFI overcomes financial barriers, enabling us to quickly enter the open finance arena, sidestepping lengthy implementation challenges and ensuring long-term financial sustainability. Right, next. As to cybersecurity challenges and data sharing, these are some of the ADFIAP.net's findings and recommendations. Okay. So there are risks associated with network providers. So we know all that. And digital payment security, when we partner with technology providers, this is also one of the challenges, no? The security. And then some of the infrastructure that we have are outdated. No, we found out that it needs to be upgraded. We need to purchase some of the infrastructures so that we can run smoothly the digital transformation that we are planning with ADFIAP.net. There are also cybersecurity awareness issues, because as a microfinance institution, as I said, from doing the generally manual process, we are not so familiar with this actually terminologies and all. But because of this partnership, we are becoming more open, becoming more aware. Data governance and ownership, interoperability and compatibility, regulatory compliance, because I believe even our regulators are coping up with the fast-pacing transformation in technology right now. Third-party risks and limited cybersecurity resources. So, you know, microfinance institution, our funding is allocated most likely for lending to our microfinance clients. And most of us, especially the smaller ones, are not ready to embark on these things, cybersecurity, digital transformation, and all. Now, what are the strategies that we are doing to strengthen with the help of the ADFIAP.net? So they recommended multi-factor authentication, or MFA. So if you have question on that, this guy here is the expert. Access control, secure networks, backups, infrastructure segmentation, risk management, collaboration, and partnership. So these are the strategies that we are doing right now. So anything that would help us to hasten this transformation, we are open to collaboration. And then updated technologies and infrastructure. So in connection with these strategies, these are ASCII's plans. One, of course, to upgrade technology in our infrastructure. Whether we like it or not, we have to purchase the upgraded infra to host the transformation. And then implementation of encryption of data in transit and at rest, regular security audits and updates, continuous employee training and awareness, cloud-based application. You know, I cannot imagine that cloud thing, actually. It's very hard to comprehend. Only the IT people could explain that. Online loan application, mobile application, digital payment solutions, computer hardware and software upgrades, and SMS-based services. So in conclusion, safeguarding our digital infrastructure is paramount to ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of sensitive information and critical systems. Also, cybersecurity serves as a foundation upon which trust, innovation, and progress are built. Without robust cybersecurity measures in place, the potential risk of data breaches, cyber attacks, and other malicious activities pose significant threats to individuals, organizations, and society as a whole. So scammers and the cyber attackers are now becoming high-tech. We do not know them, we do not see them, but fundings are becoming at risk because of these technologies. In the digital age, cybersecurity is not just a reactive response to threats, but a proactive approach to managing risks and vulnerabilities inherent in this digitalization. So we should not be reactive, we should be proactive. Cybersecurity serves as a critical linchpin in preventing trust, privacy, and safety. So with that, I believe we can collaborate more and make this industry of microfinance a more safe and secured industry. Maraming salamat po. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ms. James. The organizer also have arranged a video for these presentations, so please enjoy.
Part of Asia and the Pacific, a new era of development banking emerges with ADFIAP.net, a cutting-edge data sharing platform designed for the Association of Development Financing Institutions. ADFIAP.net leverages the collective power of data to foster unprecedented collaboration among member institutions, driving innovative solutions tailored for developing economies. Our platform revolutionizes development banking with solutions like AI-enhanced risk assessment, dynamic portfolio management, and proactive fraud detection systems designed to secure and empower financial landscapes. Our data intelligence capabilities enable informed decision-making, optimize resource usage, and enhance the monitoring of sustainable initiatives, ensuring every project aligns with global development goals. In the heart of rural communities, where every small bank and microfinance institution plays a pivotal role in local development, ADFIAP.net emerges as a beacon of innovation and support. ADFIAP.net specializes in developing advanced core banking systems and financial applications, tailored specifically for financial institutions. These state-of-the-art tools are offered completely free of charge, empowering these institutions to manage data efficiently and streamline their operations. With a focus on practicality, ADFIAP.net's applications enable real-time data gathering from the field directly from the people and projects that these financial strategies aim to support. This crucial data is then utilized by development financing institutions to gain insightful information, which helps reshape financial strategies and ensures that resources are allocated where they're most needed. Through innovative technology and a commitment to rural development, ADFIAP.net is not just creating software, it's fostering a brighter future for communities, especially underserved worldwide. Join us on this journey at ADFIAP.net, where data meets development and technology drives change. Together, we're building a more inclusive and sustainable future for Asia and the Pacific. Discover more about how we're transforming the future of development banking. Visit us at adfiap.net.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much to our panelists. We have concluded our session 2 of the day. So may I please invite our panelists to remain on the stage in front to receive the appreciation certificates. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have the honor to invite His Excellency Dr. Cao That, Delegate of the Royal Government of Cambodia in charge as CEO and ADFIAP First Vice Chairman to give the certificate of appreciation to our moderator and speaker of today's session.
Thank you. Now, His Excellency Dr. Cao That will present the certificate of appreciation along with the token of appreciation, which is made of Apsara Cambodia, with that partly made from the gold. And once again, we would like to thank to our speaker for your presentation. Thank you, His Excellency Dr. Cao That, and the speaker. You may remain on stage. And now, I would like to invite Excellencies distinguished guests, delegate, ladies and gentlemen, together join us on stage to have a huge photo session for the memorial of our meeting. Please welcome on stage everyone. Once again, I would like to invite all the participants here to join us in front of the stage and have a group photo session for the 47th ADFIAP annual meetings. After the group photo session, we are going to have the lunch break or a networking lunch as well at Grand Ballroom 2. And please get ready to come back to our hall by 1:30 p.m. to start the next session in the afternoon. Thank you. By the way, I'm going toសូមគោរពអញ្ជើញវត្តមានរបស់អស់លោកស្រីនាងកញ្ញាដែលជាបាទសមាជិកនៃការចូលរួមកិច្ចប្រជុំរបស់យើងនៅក្នុងវេលាព្រឹកនេះសូមអញ្ជើញឡើងមកកាន់លើវេទិកាដើម្បីថតរូបជាអនុស្សាវរីយ៍ជុំគ្នាជាមួយនឹងថ្នាក់ដឹកនាំរបស់យើងបាទហើយបន្ទាប់ពីកម្មវិធីនៃការថតរូបជាអនុស្សាវរីយ៍នេះខ្ញុំក៏សូមគោរពអញ្ជើញលោកស្រីនាងកញ្ញាទាំងអស់ទទួលទានអាហារថ្ងៃត្រង់ដែលមានបម្រើជូននៅក្នុងបាទ Ballroom 2 នៅជាប់នឹងបាទ Ballroom 1 នេះតែម្ដង Once again, congratulations to the 47th ADFIAP annual meetings. Okay, thank you, Excellencies, the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us with the group photo session. So you all are invited to networking lunch at ballroom 2. When you get out of the hall, our team will present you the voucher for the lunch. So please enjoy your lunch and make sure to come back by 1:30 p.m. Thank you.